How's it going, everybody? I am Kyle from Fantasy Ford Studios, and we are back with episode 39 of Everlast, the Adventures of Eclaas. We are joined by most of our players today. I do want to have a quick update for the next couple of months. We are not going to have Ikari for Thordain. He's got some personal stuff. Pray for him. Hopefully he can get through that. But we are joined by the full cast up into this point. And so that includes Zil, Luxalia, Yuki, and Belbin. So, yeah, they're all doing some hood rat stuff, up to some mischief and all that kind of good stuff. And so we'll see kind of what ends up happening and where they're able to take this mystery of, I guess it's not really a mystery. They're on a manhunt, essentially. And they're doing one thing to get to the next thing, to get to the next thing. Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good time. But let's go ahead and have our players introduce themselves, starting with Zil.
Hello, hello. Good, I am unmuted. I'm like, wait a minute. My name is Max. I am now on summer break. Let's go. And I play the lovely Zil. Zil is the party orphan. He is the
party orphan.
Yes, I said it. He is the party blacksmith. He is the party socially awkward. And the party tank. So he is here to take all the hits, and he does a very good job at it, all while being cheered on by his best friend, Waffle the Mouse.
Wow, we come second to a mouse?
Yeah.
Yes.
This mouse is quite impressive. You start to think like, what's wrong with this mouse? Because Zil's had this mouse for quite a long time, and mice don't live that long. It's an Animagus.
Dane, you don't want to know what you guys come in second to for Belvin.
I don't think we would make Belbin's top 10.
I think Waffle is secretly Joe Smith.
No, it's Timmy Flat.
Back from...
Which was before
Helix?
Zill's time.
I forget. No, not Helix.
Yeah.
No,
Where
no,
were
it
we?
was...
Hightower?
No, you guys
you
are in
never did the
Helgen
High
Tace. And Timmy Flap was one of the like elven hood rats that were.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
He had like a hanky that had TF on it or something.
Yeah.
And we found him.
Well.
Timmy Flat.
Maybe he works for the Lizard King. We don't know.
I bet he does.
All the way across the pond. Well, thank you, Zil. It's good to see Zil's back and ready for some more action. He was up to some hood rat stuff last session, so we'll see how that continues to go. Our next character is Luxalia.
Hello, my name is Cole, and I play Luxalia of the Silverwood, who has a high-pitched, lovely voice. And, what can't I say about her? She's a hood rat. She hates the rules. She never prays. As you can see, it's opposites. I'm seeing the opposite. She does the opposite of all those things. And she heals the party, keeps them alive, especially Belvin, because he's reckless. And yeah. Also, I forgot my dice, so I need to go grab those.
It's nice to meet Luxalia.
Yeah. So Luxalia is... Oh, she's a Glyven of the Silverwood, Shrine Maiden, with a mysterious past.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually been brought up a couple of times. It's been brought up a couple of times the past couple sessions.
I know.
Luxalia is not all that you make her out to be.
I know. So, that's her.
That's her. Our next character is Yuki.
Hello, everyone. I am Forged Ordained here at Fantasy Forge Studios. I play the character Mistletoe Yuki. She's a silver draken of the far north reaches of Flamongolith, which is northern part of Everlast. She is a bard character, however, she's a DPS bard. So she is the Blade Dancer class, and she dual wields broadswords, and she's a broad, so it's pretty good. She is kind of like, I'd say, the party mother in a way, but sometimes she can be a little bit unpredictable. Occasionally, depends on my mood and how I'm feeling, but you know. And yeah, I'd say she's pretty cool. She's pretty cool. Her and Belbin,
Get along well.
yes, on the battlefield at the very least, yes. So,
Yuki's got some strong knee joints.
She does. She donkey kicks a lot of things. I think she's taken at least 100 damage worth of donkey kick damage in the campaign, at least. But you know what? One of these days it'll work.
Lovely. And our next character is Belbin.
Belbin, yes, I am Connor. I play the lovely Belbin, and he is just delightful. I guess first he's a Glyven, so like Luke Sollier, we come from the same race. But yeah, I was surprised last week when I was gone. You had everyone introduce Belbin or give a fun fact about Belbin, and you guys were surprisingly charitable, I thought. So.
I don't know. I think it was brought up last week that he did murder someone.
Yeah, well, I think you did that.
Yeah.
If I remember right, you were the one that brought that up. So my fellow players, though, have a deep down love of Belbin, but
the almighty creator knows what you're doing. Everyone's being so nice of him. There's like, and then he murdered someone.
He murdered
a voice from the sky.
boy for a pony. Which is true. He has had, talk about dark pasts. He has lived his dark past for everyone to see. But he is a Glyven. He is a DPS character. He likes getting out in front of the battlefield. He's an old man, and he doesn't like when people talk bad about him. So
He's looking good though. He looks good for an old man.
His workout regimen is intense. You guys don't see it, but it happens on the 2 weeks that we have off. He works out every day.
Is bowling part of that regimen? Getting a 300?
Yeah, another fun fact, he loves bowling.
Oh.
So he might, the pursuit of the 300
it fits his
may have
old man demeanor.
Even if he has to use those ramps where you like push it down and just like watch it.
How does he feel about shuffleboard?
Ooh, someone needs to introduce it to him.
Horseshoes?
He's not yet that old, but he's getting there.
Yeah.
Or bocce ball.
Croquet.
He's too ripped for, I think, those ones.
I don't
He's
know,
too
dude.
mobile, too much
Bocce
bocce.
can get intense.
You need to have the forward momentum.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know how far you guys throw the ball in bocce.
It's
but the
basically
bocce I've
frisbee golf.
played is-
That's great. That's Belbin for you. He's good. He's a good guy. And we'll do kind of in turn what we did last week. I'm gonna have everyone introduce one thing about Thordane.
Good luck, Connor.
Oh god.
We'll start with Connor. We'll give.
He-
Good
one-
luck, Max.
This one's easy. Yeah, this one's easy. He, for the longest time, was if he liked an ice cream, his favorite flavor would be vanilla. Because there's just not a lot to him. Kind of what you see is what you get. That'll be my fun fact about
That's
it.
canon. That's canon now. His favorite ice cream is vanilla ice cream.
Does Everlast even have ice cream?
Yeah, why not? All you need is some salt and some cream, right? Some ice.
And ice.
And vanilla.
Not too bad.
Good.
A bucket.
We got ice dragons, so they probably make ice.
That's
cream.
true. Basically, just put it a jar of like cream and stuff next to Yuki before she falls asleep. She'll cuddle it, and in the morning it'll become ice cream.
Yuki, have you been holding out on us?
Haven't you felt the nice, cool radiance that comes off of her? It's nice.
Air conditioning.
Yeah. It's good.
Yes.
Speaking of which, though, Thordane, International Man of Mystery, which I guess equates to vanilla. ice cream. As far as we know, he's been dabbling in the sciences. He likes science, or he's got a passing fascination with it. So, at least for the next couple months, I'm sure that fascination will continue until something changes, another fancy catches his interest. But yeah, as of now, he really likes the science. That's what I'll say.
Luke's all here.
Oh, and he's an elf. He's a wood elf, by the way.
There you go. There we go.
Pretty cool.
He is captain of the ship and wrestler extraordinaire.
It's true. He's won WrestleMania twice.
Yeah.
Somehow.
Reigning champ.
Technically, because Thordane, the first time Thordane went up against Belbin and bested him, and then the second time Thordane went up against Zill. I guess he's been up against Zill twice. Yeah.
He has.
I don't think he's gone up against Buffalo Bill yet.
I don't know.
The teapot
He's
of madness,
tall.
man. Come on.
He's really tall though, so he's got the leverage. Right? That's how that
Would you
works.
say his rival is Zill though?
That's a good point.
Yeah, he's met Zill twice in the championship, so.
But if
Yeah.
he's I guess if he hasn't really lost, it's hard to have a rival until you lose, right?
Yeah, it's a good call.
Everyone's trying to become the rival. I personally think the rival for him is Nullathon. Or Nullithir. Nullithir.
True.
Mhm.
That was rough. Also, Luxalia, but he'll never know
Never.
just how good of a wrestler she is.
She prefers the commentating.
Yeah,
Max.
that's in her past.
Yes, she wrestled in her past.
Yeah.
We just found something out. That's also now canon.
I see.
She was a wrestler.
I see Max
A luchador.
digging through his notes, trying to find anything.
No.
Well,
No, I'm not. No, I know what I'm gonna say.
okay.
He is constantly confused for a dark elf.
True.
He is a wood elf, but everyone asks him, "Are you a dark elf?" And it has probably had some people trust us less than they probably.
That's true. However, he tends to be pretty level-headed and reasonable when it comes to the different personalities in the party. He is also a support character. He uses a bow and he shoots from a distance. He has a sword that talks to him. He does all kinds of,
Philanthropy.
Yeah, that's
As a
true. He's
reason-
become a philanthropist. He's become the party's purse. So that's been good. He's become
Zill is poor
incredibly
now.
generous as of late. And yeah, it's been good. He's Thordane, the Thordane that everyone loves.
Did you say something about his sword?
Yes, he's got a sword that talks to him. It's a possessed sword.
Pretty nice.
Oftentimes at night, you'll see Thordane talking when he's on lookout, talking to his sword. It's nothing like Gollum at all. Just kind of like stroking it, my precious, like this. There must be a scientific explanation for it.
I had a feeling from the last session that it is trying to like take over his soul. So
You want to explain that a little bit?
no, maybe one of these times we should just kill him.
Oh my god!
This is what Belbin's been stewing on.
Because do
Poor
we really
Thornton.
want? What's her name?
Now, Malvish?
No.
Calvinish.
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 We
Calvinish.
really want Calvinish to take over.
Who is Calvinish?
Thornton.
That's the
Who's-
question.
Who's
Nobody
Thornton?
knows. Yeah, that is a good question. A man of many personalities.
He joined the party out of convenience and has never left.
He became captain. Things just keep happening to him. That's his
Yeah.
life.
He's just like, I don't know what I'm doing or where I'm going, but I just hope I get there someday.
You know, he's an elf. He's got lots of years to live. He's not wasted any time.
This is just a little bit of the adventure of life for him. He's just like, yeah, I'm bored. Sounds nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
He just got kidnapped one night and was like, let's see where this goes.
No, he wasn't kidnapped. We met him along the road.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, he was just randomly in the Underdark.
He was just like, time for a stroll through the Underdark. And now he's here.
Casually.
Yeah, you guys were on the run escaping the dark elves, and he was just like, hey.
Yeah,
Do you
wait,
need
why
some
did
help?
we keep him around? We found him in the Underdark, and he has a possessed sword.
Well, not at that point. He offered.
He didn't at the start. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he,
know,
he
but, like,
offered
not
to
like-
help guide you because he knows all of the ins and outs,
yeah.
and so he helped guide. And then one thing led to another. Brogrodesh came down and annihilated everything, and you all had to escape. And then he was just stuck with you.
Yeah. It's like, well, shoot. I don't
You
know
all
how to
got
get
washed
back
up
home,
on
so-
shore in Helgentays, and he was just like. She had no idea. It's just like, you guys are my
John Travolta
friends.
up there, I
We
get it.
you were bonded through survival, and I guess the same thing with Zill. Zill was bonded through
Yeah.
survival as well with a Jabberwocky. So
Nice.
it's good stuff. But that is Sword Aid for you. I am Kyle. I am the creator of this game. I am the Fate Weaver. I am helping to narrate the story that this party, Eclaas Eeas, is beginning to weave as they make their way through Everlast, destroying demons and thwarting the plans of Malvish. I am both playing with and against them to help them to determine how the fate of Everlast is going to be determined. But before we do begin, a couple of things. Fantasy Fort Studios, Kyle LaFonte, own all copyrights in the text, images, audio, video, graphics, story, gameplay mechanics, and all the intellectual properties involved in the creation of Everlast. Don't take it. Use it for your own homebrew stuff, but don't steal it. Okay, cool. It will eventually come out sometime
I got
soon.
one thing though.
Yes.
One quick thing. So just as a quick, I'm just going to mention it briefly because I mentioned it the last couple times we've had Everlast. Every time we have Everlast for 24 hours, our merch in the merch store is actually on sale. So go check that out, especially if you want to support the game and the creation of the game. Again, this is Kyle's brainchild, and so we want it to actually become a real thing. So to support the art and the amazing artworks we have, can we again get another sweet round of applause for the amazing updated art that we have for Everlast and everything going forward. That is courtesy because of your guys' generosity for all of this. So go check out the merch. This is one of them. It's a nice little moisture wicking shirt, Everlast, but also has character merch as well. And another quick announcement. I've bought enough coffee at for Coffee of the Realm, our Everlast themed coffee, that for the next month, coffee's discounted.
Woo!
You're welcome, guys.
I
bought
got
it.
some. Don't worry.
Hey. Well, at the very least, did you buy some?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, there you go. I was notified that there was enough coffee to make it a discounted price for at least the next month. And again, what that means, it's currently $18.99 as opposed to $20.99. So it is at a discounted price. So if we get 10 orders of coffee during the month-long span, we can actually sell it for a discounted price, which is kind of cool. So at least for the next month moving forward, the coffee will be $18.99 for a coffee of the realm, which is a bunch of amazing coffees. Our partnership with Roastify that portrays all the different areas of Everlast. Like right now, currently, I'm drinking some coffee. I'm drinking the Midnight and Flamongolith blend. It's a medium decaf roast. Because I don't need the caffeine right now. It's nighttime, so I am going to be enjoying our Midnight and Flamongolith blend. But it's all really good. It's actually really, really good coffee, and it's one of the best ways to support Everlast, as well as all of the arts that are associated with them, our official artworks for the game, which is pretty sweet. So it's kind of a little window look into the world of Everlast through the world of taste buds and coffee. I know literally no one here, except for Kyle and I, drink coffee. But you
My
have
wife
someone
does.
that... There you go, and that's what I'm
That's
saying.
close
You have someone in your life, I'm sure, who drinks coffee, and it's a good way to support the creation of the game. That's all I'm saying.
Does Mrs. Beekler drink coffee?
She did, and then she stopped, and now she's trying to get back into it. So
Nice. What about
Coffee of the realm. Right there.
wait, Connor? I don't know. Aaron. Does Mrs. Aaron? I'm like, what? I forgot your last name. Does she drink coffee?
She's currently
She
pregnant.
does. Yeah.
Oh well, fair enough. But
She
decaf,
does,
right? But you can
but-
still have like a cup, right?
No, she definitely still has coffee.
Yeah.
The decaf blend's perfect for her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because, like, isn't it like you just have to have like a cup a day, like limit it more or less?
Yeah, and I don't even know what the limit is.
I couldn't
but
get
I think
pregnant.
It might be more than one.
All right,
Well,
many
good.
reasons.
Good that you can.
a large cup.
Yeah, it's just
Yep.
one cup. It
Anyways.
doesn't matter how big the cup size is.
32 ounces.
It could be a European tea size cup, or it could be the American,
Big gulp.
big cup.
Nice. I just wanted to quickly just mention that because again that's something that is new. I mean the 24-hour merch sale is always a thing during our Everlast streams, the day we stream Everlast. However, we did achieve that this month for coffee, which is pretty sweet. So again, if you've been wanting to get some coffee but you haven't been wanting to spend $20.99 on it, you can now spend $18.99. So pretty
$2
sweet.
off.
Anyways.
It's great. Yeah, awesome. Thank you guys so much for being here and for joining us for some more Adventures of Everlast. Let's go ahead and jump into a little bit of a recap. So the ultimate goal of this adventure is Eclaas is making their way through the seas to try to gather the Keepers of the Keys. They are currently the Keeper of the Earth Key. King Nalgora Cragheim back on Aishan Island is the Keeper of the Flame Key, and they have been tasked with hunting down the Keeper of the Sea Key, which they did, and they gained the alliance of from King Farron to Feshenfei, and they have a visitor with them on their travels, which is Princess Mila of Feshenfei. And so they have that, and they're currently looking for the key of the Storm Key. And this is held by a man named Aldreg Monteblair, and the last reported sighting of him was on Folden Rock. And so they have made their way to Folden Rock, taken to the high seas, in order to find Aldreg Monteblair. And so upon a landing on Aishan Island, they were introduced to a number of people, and they've been pointed in all kinds of directions, but ultimately they need to speak with someone of quite importance, which is the Harrogate family. So Edmund Harrogate is the main keeper of Folden Rock, and from what they found out last session from Pietric, he was apparently close friends with Aldreg Monteblair. And so if there is any sightings of anything of this man on this island, most likely the Harrogates would be able to tell them. However, the Harrogate Manor is kept under very tight lock and key, and they need to make themselves known within the city in order to help out. One of the possible dangers that have been kind of occurring ever since the escape of Jackman Nobbs, the terrible pirate of the seas, ever since his escape, Mr. Nobbs, is that there has been more crime that has increased, and potentially one of those crimes, or most of the crime, revolves around a ex-pirate by the name of Rollo Beaumont. Again, all this information they were able to gather from Pietric, but there's a hunt for them at the Adventures Guild, and if they are able to bring in Rollo to justice, or what kind, to be able to find out what's going on with some of this crime that's happening, particularly in Lowtown in Folden Rock, it might help them in getting an audience with the Harrogates. And so currently they're on the hunt for this individual. Did I miss anything? Does that sound about right to everyone? Heck
You're
yeah.
good.
Sweet.
Nice.
And so they, at the end of last session, everybody kind of went their separate ways. Zill went to the Rat's Way in order to talk to some of the orphans and try to find out some information. The Yuki, Luxalia, Thordane, and Princess Mila, they made their way over to the Crooked Lantern in order to find some information out. And Belbin went bowling.
In the lifelong pursuit of one of his goals.
Which
And
is
what was his score?
That's a great question. He's trying to bowl a 300.
trying to bowl a 300. And with that, we're going to go ahead and start with Belbin. As he makes his way over, he asked a few questions about where you could potentially find the bowling parlor in town. And fortunately, there is one. It is in Lowtown, and so let me go ahead and grab Belbin's token. You are pointed in the direction of over in this district. As you make your way, night has definitely set upon Folden Rock, and it's a little bit misty and foggy. Some of the sea mist is rolling over the mountains directly to the south, but you find yourself with in front of a sign that says "Ye Old Bowling Parlor." And this is something, as you listen, you can hear the cracking of pins as you enter. There are 4 lanes that are set up in this place, and there's only one empty lane. So as you go up to ask for a pair of shoes and a bowling ball, you are greeted by, "Oh, yes. Welcome to Ye Olde Bowling Parlor. What can I do for you?"
Ah, this place reminds me of home. Can I get a lane?
Of course, we have one open right here. In fact, one of our regular patrons just left.
Fantastic. Is it oiled?
We try to oil it every day. Be careful not to slip. And he takes out a pair of shoes, and he like leans over the counter and like looks at your feet. And he's like, "Oh, I think this will do." And then he goes and he grabs a pair of shoes, and he plops them onto the table or counter.
Belbin, as uncultured and disobedient as he is, he knows that in a bowling alley you gotta wear your shoes. So
We have a number of bowling balls. I just freshly waxed them this morning. We have a few different sizes. Some of them are being used currently, but if there's any that fit your fancy, feel free to select any. Per game, it's going to cost you, and he points up to a sign that's above him, 1 EC.
1 EC a game.
1 EC a game.
Do you have like an all-you-can-bowl special? Like bowl till you close sort of a thing?
Do you like bowling that much? Perhaps we can strike a deal, as his eyes like light up with like dollar signs.
Well, I am a fan.
Bowling all night. Let's see. If it's 1 per game, and it takes roughly about 40 minutes per game. Let's just say 6 EC for the entire night. How does that sound? It will also include 1 pitcher of ale on the house.
2 pitchers of ale, and you got a deal.
Make a influence skill check.
Not rum? That sounds good for rum.
Influence.
You don't drink rum while you're bowling.
That's
Come
true.
on,
I'm uncultured.
come
I
on.
apologize.
7.
What about
7.
the pizza?
How about this? 1 pitcher of ale. And I have some chicken wings in the back. I'll include 4 chicken wings.
How about 2 chicken wings and 2 Jello shots?
What's Jello?
I'll take the 4 chicken wings.
Good. I have my own special house-made sauce, and he takes it out, and he and these look very fresh, like freshly boiled. And he takes the salt and all over. There you go. And you see a little hair fall into the chicken from his wrist. Enjoy your time as he shows you over to where the balls are and your specific lane.
Perfect. I'll pick a ball.
Okay. What size is Belbin's preferred bowling ounces? Is it ounces or pounds?
Pounds. Yeah.
Okay.
Belbin's pretty old, but he's pretty jacked. We'll hook him up with a 16-pounder. He's a big boy.
All right, so he gets the thick one as he picks
Yeah.
it up
What
with
about
almost no
kilos?
problems. Yeah, what is this, Europe?
Everlast got started.
Oh, do we have the English system in Everlast?
You make your way over to your lane and you sit down, and this the bowling alley is quite interesting, but actually quite well kept. The little ball shooter, it's a rope pulley system, and so as it goes and it breaks, there's an attendant that is at the back of the bowling alley that takes the ball and kind of puts it in the lane, and you basically pull it back to you as you pick it up and you bowl again. It's quite nice. But you begin to line up and prepare to bowl your first game. I'm going to have you, for me, make a strength skill check for me.
Was
Or
actually getting rolled
yeah,
for
just
it?
strength skill check.
Okay. 15.
15. As you roll, boom, 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 you're able to get all the way down, but unfortunately you bowl a 290 in your first go. I will say this. Unless you get a nat 16, you're not going to get a 300. And so you have potentially 6-ish games to do that. You've already done your first one. So
6-ish games? I thought I paid for all night unlimited.
Oh, you did pay for all night unlimited. But that is okay, fine, 8 games. You get 8 games in.
All right, can I just roll all 8?
You can roll all 8 if you want to do so.
Okay, I'm just going to roll all 8. Is that 8 now, or did the first one count?
First one counts, so that's 7. 7 more.
Okay, so 7 more. All right, let me do...
So you got 7 chances for the nat 16 to hit the 300.
Second one rolled a 9.
Okay.
And then the next one was a 23 with a nat 16.
As you go
game of the night.
As you go
Folden
into
rock,
the third
baby.
game, you have begun to gather a crowd around you. As that you got the 290 in your first game, you started to notice that there are people there that are just kind of spectating. People from off the street have come in to be able to observe history in the
rowdy.
making here. And you can tell that people have, you not just get your one pitcher of ale, but people have started buying you stuff. Pitchers of ale, and every single frame that you hit a strike, everyone's like, whoa! Like, people are like clapping and everything, and you can tell that the man that was behind the counter is just like, again, dollar signs in his eyes as everybody has begun to sit down, buy drinks, food, all that kind of stuff, as they are just like watching this spectacle of a Belbin bowl, potentially a perfect game. As you go into your third game of the night, you're feeling good, you're feeling hot, your muscles are rippling, the sweat is trickling down your brow, the 16-pound ball in your hand feels like this is going to be the game as you begin
like
to
blood.
bowl. First panel, strike, explosions. You've actually they've had to replace pins that you've been breaking them because you've been going at it so hard.
That's one way to get a strike. Just
That's
with
true.
Pins, you know.
Just to break the pins. As you make your way into your final 3 frames, you hear a very familiar voice. From 2 lanes over.
What?
Oh my.
Mom, is that you?
You look over and you see a very fancy elf with his legs crossed as he's looking at his lane, as he is surrounded by 4 ladies. They look to be, one of them is an elf and the rest of them are human. One of them are bowling. They're using one of those like metal little like roller slide things.
Ramp.
Ramp. And it slowly goes down and it knocks down just enough to get the spare. And you can see that he is clapping. Oh, well done, Miriam. Well done. It is Nalathir sitting over on the couch, surrounded by ladies.
Yeah, of course. Of course he would be.
I wish that was Monteblair and we found him in the alley.
Not the alley we expected.
That would have been hilarious. The bowling alley is called Soot and Ash.
He does not seem to be paying attention to your game, but you go into your last 3 frames. Unless you want to interact with him at all, you can go ahead and focus as you begin to bowl your perfect game.
Nalathar is not breaking into focus. Everything, the stars are aligning. You get nervous. Gotta keep going. Press on, baby.
You pick up your ball. Your most of the effort of this is actually the pulley system to get the ball back to you. You're feeling it. Your muscles are a little bit tight, but you begin to focus and breathe and immediately begin to relax. You step up and you let loose this ball as it goes rolling down. Strike. Final 2 frames. You do back to back. Everyone, whoa! And then you get your second to last frame. Boom, strike, and everybody is just like hanging on to whatever they can as they're just like looking. Everything has gone quiet, including the from Nalathir over to the side. Everybody is focused on this. And with 1, 2, 3, you stride and you chuck this ball. It gets the perfect amount of spin as it cracks into the side of the front pin, and boom, everything breaks and the place erupts. you hear the chanting, Glyven, 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 as you basically get lifted up onto these two dudes' shoulders. Some lady comes over to you and asks, "Tell us, what's your name?"
The name's Belbin. Ladies, I'm
Belbin!
staying. Where are we staying tonight? Where are we?
You guys are
I think we stay on the ship. Yeah. All right.
Ladies, we're staying on my ship. I'm staying on my ship tonight.
And everybody begins to swoon, and all of a sudden, even the ladies that were sitting over by Nalith here come over and join in the celebration. Now there he stands up and he's like, yes, yes, good show, Belbin, good show. Ladies, I will be there tonight as well.
You paid for all night bowling. I thought you were gonna be bowling all night.
I know, but well, apparently that only buys you 8 games, but Nalithar paid to stay on the ship, so I can't kick him off either.
And with that, everything goes dark as you go into the rest of the evening. There's been much
blackout
rejoicing. Belbin, you get 1 blessing. Oh!
Can I also? I already had a blessing. Dang it. Can I also buy the bowling ball from my front desk guy?
Yes, it's going to be 2 EC, and because of that, he gives it to you for that, and he's like, anytime that you are here, bowl free. Anytime you are first person to ever hit 300 in bowling.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Ever?
Oh man.
Ever.
At this lane.
People really suck.
Okay.
That's a bunch of tourists.
And with that, it goes
Belbin.
dark. As the rest of the evening, there's much rejoicing and frivolity.
Too many ales for Belbin. It goes dark.
Yeah, really. Zil and Yuki and Luxalia, Thordain, and Princess Mila. So you have gotten your information that evening. What are you doing? Where are you reconvening? Where is the whole group going to meet up after this evening of?
Yeah, we never discussed where we would meet, did we?
I thought we said that we were gonna meet back somewhere with Zil after he did his thing.
Yeah, Adventures Guild? Was it Adventures Guild? That
Yeah.
would make sense.
That or the tavern place or the inn. I forget which one we said. But we'll say Adventures Guild.
Okay.
Retroactively.
Yeah. Adventures Guild. I guess we'll head on there and wait for Zil.
As you wander on back to the Adventures Guild, you can tell that the nightlife in Lowtown is quite happening. There are a number of people you can tell, both foreigners and domestic people too, going about their time. This is really the time as you begin to walk down Cinder Street, which is the markets that lead up to the Adventures Guild. This is where it is at its most chaotic, for lack of a better term. There are all kinds of people. You see that the stalls, many of them that seem closed during the day, have opened up here at night, and the trinkets and everything that you can find here are a slew of many different things. Stuff from all kinds of regions and cultures, stuff that looks dubious as if it shouldn't be sold, all kinds of stuff as you continue to walk.
Is anyone selling... Are anyone selling candles?
I'm going to have you make a focus skill check as you walk through the market street.
Focus. 11.
11. As you continue to wander through, something does pick your ear. You hear a woman talking in not a hushed voice, but she's also not shouting like one of the hawkers. And you hear her mention something about the wicks. The wicks are running too short or something.
Can Yuki pinpoint where that's coming from specifically? Which direction? And the
do.
lady that it's...
You do.
Does she look dubious?
There's
Does
a
she look
lady.
like a normal wench?
there's a lady, and she seems to be a normal wench. No, she's dressed in a relative commoner's clothing. She's wearing this dress that has this a very tight corset on, and in her hair there's actually a big plume feather that's in her hair, and she seems to be talking to someone who's kind of hunched over almost in her presence. And we lost Dane, but hunched over in her presence, and he looks up almost as if he's being scolded, kind of protecting his face, and she's talking to him and is just like, what is this? What kind of information is this? I'm not paying you for this, as she talks to about more candle related stuff. But Dane is not here. So Max, what are you doing in the process?
So I left my note. I guess I'm just gonna head back to the Adventures Guild.
You walk from the opposite direction, and so you were from Rat's Way. You're able to very quickly just make your way back out into the Adventurers Guild. The Adventurers Guild isn't as lively as it was earlier in the day. You sit down and you are able to find a table, and there are a couple people that are around cleaning, wiping things down. There's only 3 people that are here. Pietrick is not here. The guild master, what was his name? I want to say Thaddeus. I think it's Thaddeus.
That sounds right.
Yeah, Thaddeus. Yep, Thaddeus. He's back doing his stuff. He's actually pulled out some kind of a book, and he's reading it as he's reclining. He nods to you, like, "Oh, welcome back." As you have a seat, and then one person who's wiping tables, and then there's another person in the corner who's just smoking a pipe. Definitely looks like an adventurer, but just smoking a pipe.
On my way back, did I notice anybody like following me? Keeping tabs?
Were you? Yeah, I'm gonna have you make a focus skill check for me.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Here we go. Oh, that's a 7.
From what you could tell, no. You were the last that you knew. You were the last person to leave the alley. You did leave again a document with an EC attached to it. You scooped up a waffle, and he's made his way back up onto your shoulder as you made your way back through. This place seems relatively abandoned, but definitely it starts to get louder as you make your way kind of more into the Lowtown city center, and then find your way seated at a table in the Adventurers Guild waiting. All right, Dane, you're back. Did you hear anything?
Sorry about that.
So
I heard that there was a wench.
Yeah, she's wearing this basically this long gown with a tight corset, and she's got this plume, this feather in her hair, and she's talking to someone almost as if she's scolding someone who's kind of like cowering a little bit with their hands close up to their face as she is scolding him to a degree.
All right, and it's a child or a little person.
Not necessarily. Shorter than this woman, but kind of cowering in like her presence.
Yuki takes note, is all. Okay. And mentions it. He's like, to the group, look, Salia, she's talking about wicks. Yes.
Oh, like candle wicks.
I think so. What other kind of wicks are there?
Well, there's like moisture wicking, like the t-shirts that we now sell.
I see.
Yes.
I see. They're quite nice, I hear.
Yeah, and I heard that there's a 50% off sale for the next 24 hours.
I don't know if it's quite 50% off, but it's $17.99. I heard.
You hear someone say in the alley, "Moisture wicking shirts, 20% off."
Oh wow!
Originally $22.99.
Discount, just a discount.
Just a discount.
I misunderstood. Nice.
Oh yeah, I think it's candle wick. Though looks.
I got it confused with my other job discount. My bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
And with
anyway, what does wicks have to do with anything?
Get the candle.
Oh right, candles,
yes.
not the shirts.
Mr. Duvall was saying that we need to be on the lookout for candles.
Do you
So
think we
mark
should
this.
Talk to her?
Should we do that now?
Yeah.
Yes, let's go. Let's go. All right. We stride on over.
You do so.
Excuse me, man.
she,
Do you want a moisture wicking T-shirt?
She turns away from the boy, the man that she is scolding, and she says, "Who are you? I've never seen you before."
It's because I am Luxalia from Silverwood, which is very far from here. I've traveled near and far on my search for the best brand of moisture wicking fabric.
Moisture wicking fabric.
And I heard you mentioning wick. And I'm like, wait a second, maybe she's looking for the same thing. Because my ears are tuned to wick.
She turns to you and she's like, yes, of course. And she leans down to the man that she's talking to, and she whispers to him and bids him to go away as she turns back. I'm gonna have the two
what did
of
she
you
say?
make a wisdom skill check for me.
Oh yeah, baby. Oh my. We're good. We're good. What'd you get, Luxalia?
No, what'd you
I
get?
got nat 16.
Me
That's what I
too.
got. Yo!
What?
So tuned in.
You
Let's
hear-
go!
You hear her say to him quite clearly, "Run along now, Rickett. I'll meet you here at 6 a.m. tomorrow."
What?
Rickett.
She's like, "Yes." And she introduces herself. "My name is Agnes Vavasar." And she gestures you, "Come over here." Over here, and then she introduces you. "This is Gaston Leclerc. He makes the best fabrics in town. If you're looking for anything that will help you on a nice humid summer day, moisture wicking, as you would say, he's currently offering a 20% discount. There's this one he pulls up, and it's a one that has an image of some kind of icon. You could tell that it's like a knockoff, but it says on the front, Folden Rock, favorite city in Everlast.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
If you're looking for something a little less touristy, he has some more, little bit more expensive things in stock. But there's none better at creating synthetic fabrics as Gaston here.
Well, N-U-R-E... What was your name again?
Agnes.
Agnes
But
Oh, yes. What was the last name?
Vavasar.
Oh, yes. Under the Bulbasaur.
Gesundheit.
you do know, no one wicks like Gaston.
No cheap tricks like Gaston.
No one's
no one
moisture is
trapped.
as thick as Gaston.
No one traps tourists with crappy gifts like Gaston.
He's especially good at synthetic creating.
My what a guy, Gaston.
Wow. Still, do you know him?
Zill's not here.
Oh, that was just in my head then. Sorry, that was weird. Thank you so much. Agnes Bulbasaur.
Vavasar.
Bulbasaur. Yes. And do you live around here?
Well, many would call me the Market Queen. I'm in charge of making sure that every one of these stalls has their payments due and they're, they're not doing anything nefarious. She kind of like looks side to side, and you can see that she's looking directly at one of the stalls next to him. And as she looks, you can tell they grab a couple of things and like put it away, and she's like kind of side-eyeing. You've come to the right person if you're looking for, well, let's just say anybody that, knows a thing or two about Lowtown. You look,
Well,
again,
seem like
you
a
look new to
strong
town.
lady. Thank you, but I am. So.
Well, have you found a place to stay for tonight? You know, the Regal
Oh,
Peacock, and
yes.
she points up over the wall into Hightown. They offer the best services around, the fluffiest pillows and beds.
Indeed, unfortunately, the gates have closed at this time of night. Right?
perhaps.
Yes.
Someone should tell the guards to open up the gates.
Tell the guards to open up the gate.
Do we have 8,000 salad plates?
Yeah. For the first time in Folden Rock, we will go to Hightown.
Yuki interrupts and she says, "Oh, I apologize. We do have a place to stay. We're staying on the ship tonight. We are
Right.
docked in the port."
Oh, so you're sailors, you're merchants. Well, of course, then you should have the ability to travel between 2 and 4th, especially if you're a merchant that is from, well, the esteemed Harrogate. At least if you have any business with him, you should easily be able to go back and forth between the two.
Oh, yes. Well, I appreciate that. You know, one thing that we've been looking for, however, down here, is we hear that Folden Rock is really well known for the candles.
Yes, and my stateroom needs more fire hazards.
Well, if you're looking for candles, there's no better place than Soot and Ash. And she points literally on the other side of the northern stalls. There is a building. It looks brand new. It's made completely of stone masonry, and the roof is like a beautiful thatch roof, almost as if it has been recently redone. Soot and Ash is, well, they are the best candle suppliers in all of the inland strait.
Are they scented candles? Or are they just long-burning candles?
They have pretty much
romantic
anything that you could possibly
candles.
think of.
We have a couple crewmates who are adverse to the idea of bathing, and so we need some pretty strong stuff.
Well, that sounds ghastly.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you're not able to make it to Hightown, but there's actually public baths up there if you wish to go bathe. If you were staying at one of the inns or other establishments here, they do provide bathing services, but
It's not the fact that there's a lack of availability. It's more so that they refuse to do so.
I see. Well, the two of you, and she looks specifically to Luxalia and Yuki, at least you smell nice.
Thank you.
We try to be. However, Miss Agnes, I appreciate to meet your acquaintance, and if we have any other further questions, we would love to come and talk to you. Is this the best place to meet you, over in this area? Or are you about?
Yes. I frequent them. I frequent Cinder Street here, particularly during the evening hours when, well, let's just say when crime tends to be at its peak. But you can be rest assured while I'm around, nothing nefarious is going to be happening. If you do head to Soot and Ash, say that Anya sent you. Look for Asher Corvus. He is the curator of that fine establishment, and he should be able to hook you up with anything that you are looking for.
Does he like ravens?
I understand. No, he's not a raven. She kind of looks a little bit confused at first. I'm gonna actually have you make a wisdom check as you ask this question.
But why is he like a writing desk?
Let's go. Sorry, I was rolling for what? Wisdom.
Yep, wisdom skill.
18.
As she kind of is thrown off a little bit, is he a raven? She's kind of thrown off a little bit, and you can sense a tiny bit of panic in her eyes before she snaps kind of back too. She says, "Oh, I understand the joke. No, he is not. He is a wonderful maker of candles."
Ah, does he like ravens?
Unsure.
Oh, just
Luxalia, maybe you can ask him when we go to.
Oh, okay.
He gets to purchase some new candles.
Yeah. I just like words.
Well, you're quite fluent.
Thank you, Agnes.
You're quite fluent in our speech.
I think that's the first time that card's been pulled.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Enjoy your stay in
Yeah.
Folden Rock.
Yuki laughs at Luxalia.
Wait, why did I I do?
Apparently, she thinks you can't speak common. You can't speak.
Oh, interesting. I mean,
Must be the-
Corvus is, I assume, a Lomnic in this world for Raven. That's why I asked.
No, of course. It
Uh,
is. It is. Clearly you're not from here, so
Oh, no, okay.
that's quite an impressive word to know from someone who's from a different place.
Ah,
from the sticks.
yeah. I'm just gonna graciously thank you and be on my way.
You are most graciously welcome.
All right, thank you, Miss Agnes. Wait, Luxalia, do you want to go see Gaston?
Goodbye, Voldemort. And
All right, then we go back to the Adventures Guild.
FYI, you know why she was talking to you like that, right?
no.
Because you can't pronounce her name.
Oh, classic.
Oh my goodness.
I like it. I like it.
Anyways, do you make your way back to the Adventures Guild, or is there anywhere specific that you want to stop by or look at?
No, I think we just meet Zill because we got good leads.
It plays to play. Wait. Wow. It pays to play dumb sometimes, I guess.
I like it. I liked it. It's good.
Yeah.
You make your way back into the Adventures Guild, where you do eventually meet up with Zill.
Zill, any information? I'm glad to see you're here and not hurt. Yuki's looking all over to see if he was shanked or wounded anywhere.
No, it went well. I think I met one of the more or less leaders of the orphans. He had a
You met Mr. Corvus?
no.
Oh.
Did I ever get his name? I don't know if I did.
Did
I don't
not.
think he gave it.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think he did. He was scarred,
As
but
in?
he had some burn wounds.
I see.
But he was convinced that he was probably more feared than he actually is.
Do you
But
think it's the wounds on his face?
I don't know.
Is there any way to contact him?
Not directly, but we parted amicably.
Oh, that's good.
Zill would not know that word.
Good. I like it.
We parted.
Hey, looks all you
in-
do Corvus.
Yeah. Well, I do know a Lomnic.
That's true.
We parted in, I think, good terms. I gave him more or less a down payment and left a note.
Well, we're
He
curious.
directed me to the Soot and Ash.
Why? How ironic. We were also directed to Soot and Ash by multiple sources. Was that the reason why you went to go meet with these orphans, per se? Like, well, you never
The-
told us why you went to go there in the first place. It's pretty secretive.
The hope. So in Helix, the orphans that I was with, which I think you all know at this point. Oh yes, you've met them, I think. Anyway, the orphans that we always knew more about what was going on in the city than people thought we did.
Been there.
And I figured that any bustling metropolis, such as this one, that is true of. So I figured, why not see if I can leverage that, see if I can speak their language. And from there, get a source of information, a network that likes us, that is willing to help us, that
Do you trust this child that you met?
I trust that we can learn to trust him.
Okay. Well, that's good information, and I'm glad that you're not hurt, Zil.
Yes, but I hope it turns into a good relationship that can get us information that we would otherwise not be privy to. That's the
Well,
hope.
well, at the very least, learning about the soot and ash, it kind of correlates with what we found out, right, Luxalia?
Yes, we learned of a Hank Corvus or something. I forgot his first name, but his last name is
Asher.
Corvus.
Asher, there we
And
go.
how did you know? That's
I
impressive.
did. I did. Zill didn't.
Oh,
Max did.
Max wrote it down.
That's impressive.
Max did write it down.
Yeah. Asher Corvus. And what we learned is that Corvus, as we all know, is a Lomnic for Raven.
Oh, I did not know that.
Well, let me tell you, it is. And when I mentioned ravens, she was very, spooked about it, so keep your eye out.
The lady we were also
Ravens.
talking to, oh, Agnes was her name? Agnes? Agnes? I don't remember.
Agnes Bolognese or something?
Yes,
Yeah.
under the Bulbasaur. Yes.
Yes, yes.
She was talking. Did you hear this, Luxalia? Or was it just me?
She had a very thick accent, I don't know.
She did, but I could have sworn she said the boy she was talking to was Rickett.
Oh, yes, Ricketts.
Wait, that's who I was looking for. That's why I went to
What?
the orphans
Yep.
in the first place.
At the very least, in the morning, we can go back and potentially meet him. She said that he'd
At
be
6
coming to meet
a.m.?
her in the morning. Yep.
6
So maybe that's
a.m..
something to keep an eye on, being there around
Yes.
that time.
Belbin likes to wake up really early, so maybe we could have him.
Well, we got a lot of
Yeah.
information for tonight, and again, we don't have Belbin, who's our
Yes.
Brit and Brawn
Yes.
of this.
And we
of
don't
this-
have Thordain.
Thordain's right here. Well, he's just been chilling the whole time.
Oh!
He's sitting in the corner eating some vanilla ice cream.
Have you been in there the whole time?
Uh-huh.
He's like, I'm spent.
You're really
Yep.
quiet.
They have ice cream here, did you know?
I didn't.
Vanilla's my
Okay.
favorite.
Well, maybe at least for tonight, we got the information we need. Maybe 6 a.m. at the market, and then tomorrow when we have Belbin with us, if we can go to the Soot and Ash. Is that right, Zil?
Great.
Yeah.
All
Let's
right.
do it. Let's go back to the boat.
What do we
and
see
what
upon
Belbin's
arriving at
been
the
up
boat?
to.
It's a party.
It's
It's
a
gotta be a
boat
party.
yacht party. No. You get back to the boat well before Belbin does. Belbin is spending a good chunk of the night at the bowling alley partying, having some revelry. Although probably around 3 or 4 a.m. you can hear a crowd coming through the port, and you see kind of walking a little bit in front is a Belbin with a lady under each arm, and there is probably a crowd of about 17, 18 people that are there, mixture of men and women, that are making their way kind of a bit behind him. Belbin turns onto the ship, and surprisingly, all 18 of these people turn onto the ship as well.
I can't imagine this is gonna be okay with Bree.
We'll see.
She's got to be asleep.
Yuki looks over to the boat and just kind of like shakes her head and like readjusts her eyes a little bit, and then puts her glasses back on, her fake glasses, and she's just like, Belbin? Excuse me, who are these people? Why is it so jovial?
You can
It's
hear them
4
all
a.m..
chanting, 300B, 300B, 300B.
I don't know what this means. Well, I called out to Belbin. Do you respond?
You can't hear you over the chants, the chanting.
You goes to wake up Bree.
As you make your way down, all Belbin and all of the people have made their way on board and have just started making themselves at home. They make their way down to the second deck and begin trying to order food. And Remy, she goes, as she gets startled and like out of bed. It's like, am I hearing someone wants pie? And she like slides into her slippers and she like runs up and she's like, hi. Where did you all come from? And they're just like, we heard there's free food. Yeah, we were promised drinks. And she was like, oh, okay. And she makes her way into the kitchen. During this process, there's like a stamping like up above on the deck above. You find Bree in her hammock, and she is fast asleep. She has a hat over her eyes, and one leg is hanging out of the hammock. But as soon as the stamping happens, you can hear. Don't make me get Martha. And she just like is continuing to sleep. She has not woken up from the noises.
Well, Yuki's going down to get her. Yuki raps on the door.
Well, so there's not really a door. It's like she doesn't have her own room. Remember, like the bottom is like the cargo, and there's just like a bunch of hammocks where like all of the crew are sleeping.
Yeah. Well, Yuki goes over and clears her throat. Bree?
At the mention of Bree, her eyes open. She puts basically she's like, what's going on? What time is it? Did I oversleep? And she begins to put a boot on.
You're fine, Bree. I
What's
just
the
wanted
ruckus?
to let you know.
What's happening? Are we
Belbin
departing?
brought visitors. Nope, Belbin brought visitors, and I'm not sure about them. Maybe you should go have a word.
Her face goes from groggy to serious, like, visitors?
I'm just as confused as you are, but you are the person who deals with that kind of thing on the ship.
Did the captain sign off on this?
It's revelry of sorts.
She
Something
pulls
about
out her
300.
clipboard as she's looking, and she says, we barely have enough to just keep us going if we plan to return down to Aishan Island at some point. She goes like, well, it's the coffers with what King Farron gave us. And she begins calculating everything. We can't afford them. What are they doing on board?
I don't know. They were chanting something about 300. 300. Does that mean
300 of them?
No.
She's out of bed, and she's like pulled on like her jacket and everything, and is pulling Martha out of like basically like a side like pouch next to her hammock, and has fastened it to her.
I don't think you're gonna need Martha. I don't think you'll need Martha.
If there's 300 of them,
they're just chanting 300. There's only like 20 of them, but yeah. Either way, I just think that this is something that just needs to be run by everyone. It's kind of the middle of the night. It's 4 in the morning, and Belbin seems to have been drinking.
She looks to you, and she puts a hand on your shoulder. Come with me. Let's go find the captain. And there's like almost like this like seriousness, like this like cold seriousness to her as she begins to walk with you up into the top deck. As you make your way up into the second deck, you could tell that everybody has taken over the mess tables, and they're like pounding and like ordering, and you can hear pots and pans clinking from the kitchen. And she doesn't even look as she makes her way up to the captain's quarter, and she knocks heavily on the door. Captain, I'm sorry for the early notice. And Thordain opens the door, and he's in like a nice kind of like silken pajamas.
Is he holding Calvinish?
He's not holding Calvinish. He doesn't have really anything with him right now. Maybe a cup of brandy.
Thordain pipes up. He's like, what is it at such an early hour, Bree? And he's twirling it.
She points around, and Belbin, you're on the top deck right now with the 2 ladies that you came on board with, and there's probably a solid like 4 or 5 people that are here, and they're all women, and they're like asking you questions. You're at the front of the ship, and she gestures to them.
And it's like, oh, I see Belbin's arrived.
He knows how to arrive in style.
And this doesn't concern you. You're the captain of this ship. Who are these women?
They seem to be friends of Belbin's. From the looks of it.
I don't care if they're the closest family acquaintances. I was not warned of this. I am the bosun here. Well, quartermaster. I'm the quartermaster here.
He did go bowling. I know. That's what he said, at least.
He did went what?
Bowling.
What's that?
I don't know. I've never heard of it either in all my years, but you know, that's what he did.
That doesn't answer the question. He goes bowling? Does that mean he's going out and gathering people for a party?
I can see your concern. All right, Bree, come with me. And Thordane goes and puts on a pair of pants, bare-chested, and he's just walking out onto the deck, still twirling his brandy. And he raises his voice, and he's just like, Belbin! What's the meaning of this ruckus?
Well, and you see, ladies, so if you eat a dozen eggs in the morning, that is how you are on the track to becoming a 300 bowler like myself.
Oh my goodness, Belbin! Oh, so dreamy!
Thordane seeing that Belbin's
Why
not
can't
even
my
reacting.
boyfriend eat 2 dozen eggs in the morning?
Thordane, like sighs and hands the whatever he was drinking to Bree, and he's just like,
Bree
okay,
takes it,
all
she's
right."
just like... She
I'll
takes
go
a sip
handle
of
it.
She downs the rest of it.
Um,
You hear her
Thordane
mutter,
walks
I don't
over.
get paid enough for this.
Thordane walks over to Belbin and puts a hand on his shoulder and says, Belbin, welcome back. I see you brought guests.
Saying thanks, Thordane. Yep, it's been a pretty good night, you know. Accomplished a life goal tonight. Folden Rock has been good to me.
That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. However, it's 4 a.m.
You hear whispers, oh, is that the captain? Oh, he's so dreamy. Oh.
He's got his shirt off, by the way, just like Belbin does.
Well, is that a problem? 4 a.m.? They're all paying passengers.
Wait, they're paying? This is the first
Bree's
I've heard.
face immediately relaxes.
This is the first I've heard of this. Who's paying? Actually, Thordane turns to one of the women who's there, and is like, "So, have you paid your entrance fee?"
Bree takes out a coin
$25 a
pouch.
night. They all paid me $25 for the night.
What's a buck?
She comes
Never heard of
over.
such
She comes over with her clipboard, with her coin pouch out, and she goes. She marks everything off. Well, based on the number of guests that I've seen, people unfamiliar faces, it's going to come to. And she calculates. Move the one. For one night. That is correct. They're not staying past tonight, right?
They all paid for one night.
Okay. Well, we don't have enough rooms for them if they don't mind sleeping on the floor. That'll be 400 EC.
Oh my god!
And she holds out her coin. She holds out her coin pouch to you, Belbin. You said they
Yeah.
paid you, right?
Did they pay me in advance?
Did you ask them to pay you?
Yeah, I did.
They paid you in advance.
Oh my god!
I'll
One of the ladies under your arm are like, but Belbin, you said I didn't have to pay.
You're right. I'll hand over the $375 that they gave me, and I'll pay
The other girls hear that and they
for
start
this
bickering. What are you talking about? I paid 40 EC to get on board this.
Ladies, calm down. You're both
Thordane-
pretty.
Thordane looks around and he's just like, I don't know if it's just my ears or my years on this planet of Everlast. However, it seems everyone's paid. Just don't break anything, please. And he just walks away. He just walks to Yuki's
Bree
standing
hands
up
the
top,
empty
just
glass
looking.
back to Thordane.
All right, thanks, Bree. I appreciate it. I apologize for the early morning. Belbin, we have business.
All of you stay here as Bree goes with her clipboard, and she's like, "I'm gonna need every one of you to sign in, to let me know who you're here, like what's your first name, last name, what your occupation is," and she goes and like fills out all the information.
Thordane also turns to Belbin and says, "Don't make it too early of a night or late of a night. We got to be up in 2 hours. We have business at 6 a.m."
Hey, you do the same, Thordane. And Belbin will motion for 2 of the girls to follow Thordane.
Oh my gosh. Thordane's gonna walk up completely oblivious, open the door. He'll turn around.
There's 2 girls standing right there.
Can I help you, ladies?
You're so dreamy, and Belbin promised that we could come with you.
Oh, do
Captain.
you want to learn all about science? Well, that's of course. Come on in. I don't need to sleep anyway.
One of them is like,
I
I'm hoping it's biology.
Thordane will, for the next 2 hours, give them a reveling tale about how magma works and how it makes volcanoes explode, and plate tectonics and whatnot.
Make a knowledge skill check for me.
It's a natural 1 for a 3.
The
Or
more
blowing sunshine
the
up
more-
their skirt. He doesn't know anything.
He's sloshed and tired, and the 2 girls. And the morning comes, and the 2 girls leave, and she's like, "That's the worst 40 EC I've ever submitted."
Thordane says, "Thank you, ladies. It gets lonely as a captain."
Yeah. And then they get the morning dawns, and Barnacle Bill's on the rafters like, "Why, we have guests, don't we?" As he jumps down and is just like, "What are you doing on board? I didn't know it was my birthday yet."
Oh my God.
I'm only joking.
Oh my gosh. Oh. Well, I guess Yuki comes out after getting, I guess, 2 hours of sleep. We have things we need to do, don't we? Is everyone awake? Yuki looks around. Is everyone awake? And
Is
on
everyone
deck?
awake? Did everyone wake up on time to go to this meeting? You would have had to wake up before 6 a.m. in order to get to
True.
the...
I don't think Belbin ever went to sleep.
Belbin's pumped from the
Um,
previous night.
That's not
Luxalia
a deal.
oversleeps a little bit, but enough to
Okay.
get there on time.
There we go.
She's just a little disheveled.
That's okay. That works for Lowtown.
Princess Mila's already sitting on a barrel waiting for everybody. She's ready and she's prepared, and she's very delicately sitting on top of a barrel, legs crossed, hands on her knees, and she's just like looking out on everything that's going on.
Was
Okay,
Princess
cool.
Mila on the ship last night?
She was, but she came back much earlier. She
Yeah.
got to sleep like right away.
So she was probably walking over bodies trying to get off the ship this morning.
Yeah, basically, there's been a cleanup, and it's currently you can hear Bree barking orders. Is just like, Remy, what did you serve them to drink? Not the good rum. No, not the good rum.
Okay, so here's the question
Rum of
now.
ages.
So we got the rum of ages. God forbid someone drinks the rum of ages. Do we actually have 400 EC more into the ship coffers now?
Well, some
Yeah.
of it went to like the food and stuff that was. So you probably
how much do we have?
earned about 50 EC.
Woo-hoo! Thanks, Belbin.
Anything
Company
to help the
club.
ship.
Come, sure.
Really?
Thordane walks over to Belbin and says, "So you've accomplished a dream." And as they're walking to the thing, Thordane's like, "Tell me about this dream that you accomplished last night."
Well, way back in the day, I got in front of a lot of people, my whole hometown, and I said, I have a dream. And I told them,
I had a dream once. Here, Barnacle Bill.
I told them that I would never return home until I accomplished this feat of bowling a 300.
Oh,
And last night, I did it.
what's bowling? Is that a Glyven thing?
No,
No, it's been around.
it's an old
One
person thing.
of the earliest sports.
Ah, an old person thing. Ah, I see, I see.
Mhm.
Maybe I should pick it up too. I'm already WrestleMania extraordinaire.
Okay, Thor.
I bet you could do
Uh,
it faster than Melvin.
You go to the parlor and try your luck at it.
A parlor. Do I get to wear a fancy pair of shoes?
No, you what do you think is fancy?
Like the ones
fancy
you're
in
wearing
my
right
book.
now, Melvin?
You hear Nalathir, well, I went in satin shoes. And you
You
see
can
it,
jump.
he has his
Whoa,
he has his
Nalathir.
he has his shirt off, he has like an ascot around his neck, and he's currently has like a cup of coffee in his hand.
Yeah, Nalathir was there. He was supporting me, unlike my so-called friends.
Why doesn't anyone wear shirts around here?
Nalathir, what did you think of last
This is
night?
the buccaneering life, isn't it? It's what I paid for.
Nalathir had a good time last
did.
night.
I did.
Starting at the
In
alley,
fact,
ending in
have
the
you
ship.
met? And he pulls over, like two women, basically. He pulls over. They weren't the ones that were hanging out with Belvin earlier. This one's Megan, and this one's Cheryl.
Wow.
I met them at the
Do you ladies
parlor.
love Alomnia?
I guess we never really thought about it, but sure.
Well, you should get your butts to church. Come on, there's an early service, ladies. Let's go.
I only got an hour of sleep.
That's your fault. Come on.
Princess Mila, she calls up. Oh, I thought we were going to meet Agnes today.
Oh, we are. I'm just giving them tough love.
That's what looks all you needed back
I
in
don't
the
know what's
day.
so tough about church.
Exactly. See, you ladies should aspire to be like this, Jen.
The two girls just like look at each other, and now there's like, ah, don't worry, I'll come with you. He puts his arms over them.
Yeah, you could use
And-
some prayer too.
And
Yes.
Thordain pipes up, and he says, "And if anyone wants another science lesson, my door is always open."
One of the girls, she's just like, it's not worth 40 EC. If he's gonna give you a lesson, don't pay for it.
Gets on the way over. Yuki informs Belbin of the activities of the prior night and says, "While you were off reveling in victory of some sorts of this bowling thing, we were actually doing our mission, Belbin. I would appreciate if you got your head in the game a little bit, buddy."
Oh, my head was in the game all night last
Oh,
night.
I'm sure it was, but you know what? Are you going to be ready tonight?
I accomplished
gonna-
my mission.
Well, we have a bigger mission. The stake of the world is at stake here.
I can go home now, Yuki.
Well, you know, you can't just sign a contract and agreement and leave it. So, you know, Belvin.
Melvin, you need to
contracted.
go to the temple too.
And Yuki takes out the freaking scroll of archdemons. This thing, Belvin. This thing.
Oh man.
Did I sign? Did I sign that?
Nope, but we were given the task by who was it? It was Eska, right? Who gave us the
Yeah.
task of doing everything?
All right.
We were tasked with it, and you can't go back on your word, Belbin.
Where are we supposed to be right now? Are we late?
No, I don't know what time it is. We're walking there.
Yeah,
And
everybody's getting off the boat. They're doing their thing, whether they're being dragged off by, whether they're being dragged off or whatnot. You guys are making your way slowly back over to Cinder Street. It is dead here. The night's activities have brought people back to wherever they were staying till late into the late into the morning. But at this point, around 6 a.m., there is nobody. It is about 5:55-ish by the time you get to Cinder Street, and there is nobody in sight. All of the stalls have been packed up and have moved away, and it's just, at this point, just a clear street, making its way all the way down to Jordan's Anvil and the Adventurers Guild.
I have asked Lyra, the elf, to escort the ladies to the early temple prayer.
I like it.
Is the bowling parlor open yet?
Nah, it's closed.
Dang.
Belbin,
Yeah, everything's
Belbin,
closed at this point, basically.
Did we just lose Belbin because of bowling?
I mean, it's better than losing him to the bottle.
Or device, but maybe bowling becomes a device. I don't know. Either way, well, I guess we make our way towards the area which Agnes was before,
Cinder Street,
like
yeah.
around Cinder Street during that specific time, and we're just sauntering through and keeping our eye out, seeing if we see Ricket or Agnes.
Yeah, you walk around there. You don't see anything initially. Again, it's a weird sight because when you first had arrived, there was a bunch of stalls and everything, but it almost looks as if nobody was there. Everything's cleaned up, immaculate. It's just like this broad street that goes all the way down to where the Adventurers Guild is in Jordan's Anvil.
So we got some.
I mean, I'm just looking around, seeing if any of the dem chillins are following us, notice us. Looking for the orphans, looking for the things no one else sees.
All right, make a focus skill check for me.
Crap.
Yuki, Luxalia, and Belbin. Belbin, you're gonna roll yours with despair. Make a wisdom skill check for me.
10.
Wisdom.
I got 11.
7.
That is a dirty 16 for Yuki.
So Zill, there is nobody at the current that's following you. If anything, you have a kind of a heightened sense for this, and as you look, even kind of like down some alleys and whatnot, there is literally no one. It's weird, especially considering how busy everything was. This is like if there was something to go down as far as like a quiet quiet time of not being watched, this would very much be the case. Luxalia and Belbin, as you walk about, you see that the doors to the Adventurers Guild open as you hear a clock chime. There's a clock tower not too far south from where you are. It begins to chime as you hit 6. The Adventurers Guild doors open wide, and you can smell like this overwhelming pie smell, like meat pie coming from inside the Adventurers Guild, and that's kind of distracting you a little bit. Yuki, as you continue to walk, you don't immediately see anyone, but as this clock chimes 6 a.m., you see that one of the windows, back windows inside of Soot and Ash on the building facade, turns basically on, as if a candle had been lit in the window.
Okay. Yuki kind of turns to the party and says, or it turns to Luxalia and asks, I can't remember, did she specify where she would be meeting Ricket?
Didn't she say here?
I thought she did too, or did she say, I'll meet you at 6? And then Yuki gestures to Soot and Ash, the candle shop, and shows that the light itself went on for something. I feel like we should just kind of...
Go over there?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Soot and
Let's
Ash,
do
if
it.
you remember, the back of it overlooks the Cinder Street. So
Okay. So maybe we go over there. Stealthily, I think, is probably the best thing, because that'd be weird for us to
Yeah.
be chilling under the
And I
eaves.
think Belbin should lead the way.
I agree.
I think Belbin agrees too.
right, I'm gonna have everybody make a stealth check for me. I'll
Oh
roll
my
for
gosh.
Princess Mila.
Gosh.
Okay.
Princess Mila, she whispers, am I supposed to be this nervous? Is this what
Yes.
the life of adventure is like? My heart is about to jump out of my chest.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is it? What time of year is it? Is it still dark at 6 a.m. or is it 6 a.m. where it's light out?
It's light out. So sun pretty
Okay.
much has just come up. Probably 45 minutes ago.
Okay.
Okay, that's a
Belvin.
10 for Yuki and a 12 for Thordane.
8 for Belbin.
I'm forgetting how I made my notes on this. It's either a 1 or a 0.
Oh, Lord, Zill. Come on.
Oh no!
Dill, maybe wait for her out here.
I think it's a 1, but that's still not great.
I think Zill, maybe you should wait to see if they meet up out here.
Okay, what do you not want me to come with?
You're just
What do we
really
do?
loud and obnoxious, and we're trying to be a little stealthy, and you're
That
not
hurts.
helping.
That hurts, Luxalia.
It's okay, Zill. I'm a little bit nervous too. I think I might hang back with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. You got Princess Mila.
And
Now
if
take a
you
wow wow.
see Ashley, Bulbasaur, and Ricket, you just engage them, and keep them there until we get back. Or send us a
Okay.
signal or something,
I think I can handle that.
You know, the what we use usually in Fashion Fae, we use the sound of the Kelpie. It sounds like bubbles. Bubbles coming out of your mouth.
I mean, I don't know if I can pull that off. Maybe.
Think of it like
Just-
a pigeon, but a little.
Hey, you go!
Something more conspicuous, less conspicuous.
You just go 300, 300, 300.
As you begin to chant, all of a sudden you hear voices from all over the city.
That could
May-
work. All
May
right.
Alomnia help you.
Yeah.
Why don't you say
What
you're
is
over
this
here?
session?
Why don't we come over here, Zill? And she pulls up what looks to be some broken down boxes, and she kind of stacks them and like offers you a seat as she sits down. And she like, is this what taking lookout looks like?
Yeah, basically. No, this is pretty normal.
Seems uneventful.
It is until it very aggressively becomes eventful.
Oh, I don't like the sound of aggressive, but you're here.
Well, fair enough.
And with that, Belbin, Yuki, Thordane, and Luxalia, you sneak your way. So where are you sneaking to?
The eaves, underneath the window.
Oh, okay. You do so. And as you lean against it, you can see that there is not lean against it, as you make your way underneath the window, you can see that there is a man that passes in front, and you hear a like yawn, and you can see kind of his shadow as you can see someone stretching.
I see, but no Anyes.
No Anyes.
Albin, do you think you can like look into the window and see if you see a woman in there? Very sneakily.
Yuki coming off of last night, I think I can do anything.
You seem like you're blessed, indeed, in case something goes wrong.
I am blessed indeed.
Do you want to stand on my shoulders?
Yeah, it's
I can-
three
I can
stories
just-
up.
I can just climb.
Do you want to stand? Does Luxalia want to stand on my shoulders, then Belbin stands on her shoulders?
Yuki, I can just climb.
Oh, that doesn't sound like fun, but okay. You're sure.
If we want to make a human tower, we can.
I don't think I'm tall enough to get him up there.
Maybe
Yeah, we're
you
not the
guys.
tallest bunch, are we?
No.
Thordane's like, but I'm here.
Thordane's like,
Thordane!
I could just reach my neck up to look at that window.
Oh wow.
I only jest. I do adventure with a bunch of shorties, don't I?
Well, you know, it's just how it is. All right, Belbin, if you want to climb on up, just don't fall, please.
Make a dexterity skill check for me.
Dexterity. Oh, that's good. Dexterity.
Don't you have a climbing speed?
Yeah, I do. 18 climbing speed.
Does that matter?
60 feet.
So you can climb quite thoroughly. Let's change that to stealth then.
With stealth, it'll be a non-natural 16.
Okay. You do very, very stealthily make your way up to the window. As you peek in, you see that there is what looks to be it's a bedroom, and you can see that somebody's buttoning up a shirt as they're sliding on some shoes. It's a man with kind of like a graying black hair, and he has these huge bags under his eyes. So you look around the room, you see a number of things, such as a wardrobe, the typical stuff that you would see in a bedroom. But on the wall, there's a hook with a key ring that is there as well. He walks over and he picks it up and he unlocks his door as he makes his way out, and you can hear doom, doom, doom. But before he does so, he blows out the candle that's sitting close to the door. He does so, and you are immediately overcome with the overwhelming sense of, or scent of, basically like a fresh candle that has been burnt out, but this seems to be almost to the nth degree, like very, very stinky candle. The window's still open.
Do I recognize him from the night before? Are the
You do
bags
not
under his
recognize
eyes
him.
from
You've
a
never
late
seen
night
this guy.
partying?
Yeah, you've never seen
Okay.
this guy before.
And where did he put his keys? Where did I see him put his keys?
It was on a hook, and he took it and he put it on his belt. He used it to unlock the door that left outside, as if he had like locked himself into the room, and he put it on his belt as he left, and you could hear going down the stairs as he eventually disappears.
Belvin's gonna climb in.
Should have said Belbin.
You do.
Like,
Is there anything specific that you're looking for?
What do I see like on? I assume he has a nightstand or in his closet or anything like that. What do I see kind of just around the room?
Yeah, and so on his nightstand, there is 3 or 4 like very like nubbed candles, as if they have been completely like burnt out. And you see a book that is on the nightstand, and you can see that like in what languages do you know?
I know coded speech, Glyven, and Everspeech.
You can see a book, and the title to the average eye seems absolutely nonsensical. However, to your trained eye, this is something that you would have found in your previous job as part of the Cascade Brigade. It's a coded speech that says on the front, basically the Black Crow's Ledger.
Black Crow's Ledger. Belbin will take one of the nubbed out candles, one of the 3 or 4, however many there were. Just take one of them, and he'll pick up the book. And looking through the book, what does he see?
He sees what look to be a bunch of transactions. It's probably 40 or 50 pages, and it fills up about a little bit more than half of this book, and they date back 2 years as far as these ledgers go, and they are a number of things that have been sold. Few of them are candles. Actually, the majority of them are candles, but there are a few of them that pique your interest. There is specifically one that says Poisoned Dagger. That was about 6 months ago that was put there. There's kind of like some nefarious ones, but the most recent entry that has been put it's literally, it's the strangest thing, but it's called the Jar of Goo. And that was the last thing, and that was sold 2 days ago.
Probably to the bowling alley parlor.
Jar of Goo.
That's the front company, the business firm. Looking around the room, do I see anything else?
You see that this person lives pretty lavishly. Some of like the tapestries and beddings and textiles and everything that are here are quite wealthy. And the facade of the building doesn't look poor. It does look pretty new, but everything seems meticulously placed. You don't even see a hint of dust anywhere. This guy is either a clean freak or he has someone that comes through and cleans for him like every day. This place is pretty immaculate.
Okay. Lost a. All right. Belbin's gonna roll to see if he takes the ledger or not.
Oh no, Albin's rolling.
Belbin is not going to take the ledger this time.
He puts it down onto the table and leaves it in the exact place that it was. What were you doing with the nubbed candle again?
I guess noticing how meticulous everything is and how clean, he's not going to take it, but he will kind of get like some of the wax on his fingers or something like that, just to bring the scent to everyone else to see if that brings the
Brings any memories.
anything to anyone.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to even to a point grab like a piece of like the wick as it a little bit crumbles in your hands, and you have a little bit of like the ash of it in your hands, and it very much has the pungent smell of it as you climb your way back out the window and down to the main street. Zill, I'm going to have you make a wisdom skill check for me.
Oh no. Hey, not terrible. 11.
You hear very subtly coming from behind you a soft voice that says, "Not here."
I'm gonna go. Can I just turn around and see if I can see where it came from?
You turn around and you can see the tail of a cloak dip down an alley.
I look to Princess Mila and just like...
She looks to you.
Don't abandon her. Don't do it.
There's a lead. Some information that I might need to go see if I can find.
I don't think I'm very good at lookout. Did something just happen? She looks around from like the direction that you were looking.
Something did, but I don't know if it's something you want to come with.
I mean, I'm fine either way. Do you think it'll be dangerous? And she pulls like her rod close to her chest.
I have no way of knowing.
By the way, Kyle, roll a d16.
6. Thanks, Kami.
I don't know if you want to go find the others, if you want to wait here.
Well, I mean, I can see the others. They're under the window, right?
Oh, good.
Yeah, you guys are probably a solid 60, 70 feet away.
I take out one of my hand axes and just kind of hand it to her. Just in case you need it.
I studied many things back in Fashion Fae, but dual wielding isn't one of them.
Wow.
Well, maybe I can put my rod in my non-dominant hand, and she holds the axe in her dominant hand. As you can see her just like chopping the air.
I just kind of like gesture to all the various blades I have attached to me, like, more weapons is never a bad thing. So just in case you feel you need it, if you're unsure, go get them. Let them know I'll be back. If I'm not back here by the time they need to go, I'll meet them back at the Adventurers Guild.
Aye, aye. I'll keep lookout, Captain. As she sits there on her barrel, as she just kind of very axe in hand, rod in hand. She sits with her legs crossed, very politely straight back, looking looking as if keeping lookout, but just kind of examining everything that's around.
And I'm going down the alley.
Okay. I'm gonna have you make an agility survival check for me.
Oh, gosh.
I believe in
Agility
yourself.
survival. Dirty 16.
You're able to catch up to a degree, to a point where you're able to duck behind one of the crates that is in this alleyway. And you can see that there are two people talking. One looks to be someone who is in a cloak, and then another is a woman you've never seen before, but she has a plume in her hair, essentially, like a big peacock plume. Do you wish to get closer? Because right now they're speaking in very hushed tones. If you want to get closer, I'm going to have you make a stealth check to do so. Or you could attempt to listen from here, but with despair. So it'll be a focus skill check with despair.
I'm gonna try to get closer.
Okay, make a stealth check for me.
10.
10. You're able to creep out from behind the crates that you are, and you can see that there's an empty barrel just a little bit up. You sneak in there as you slowly crawl into it, and at this point you can just barely pick up what the two of them are saying. You hear the woman, she says, "I knew this was going to be trouble. Those foreigners that were here from the other day, they're exactly in the place that we planned to meet. Did you?" And she grabs like the collar of this man and she pulls him up to her face. And this guy's kind of short, but he's kind of like squirmy. She says, "Did you tell anybody of this meeting?" And the boy shakes his head. No, I didn't at all. You know me. I'm always great at keeping secrets. My lips are sealed. And she says, "Good, because if news of this were to get out, we would have a scandal on our hands, and I dare say that Cinder Street would be closed for good." Yes. Yes. And you hear the woman, she says, "Now what news from the boss?" He looks around. You're fortunately dipped inside this barrel, and so he looks directly at you. Can't see you since you're inside this barrel. And he looks back and he says, well, he says that they're going to be moving the product tomorrow at some point. You need to be more specific than that, Riggett. At what point? And he's like, well, he said 6 p.m. Down by Foggy Bay. Good. Now, you just need to make sure to not be seen. As she looks all around. More questions have been popping up recently, and more people have been involved in the boss's doings. You must understand, we have a reputation to uphold, and secrecy as well. She pulls out from basically her shirt. She pulls out what looks to be a feather, and she puts it in the basically like the pocket. Like there's like a pocket on his chest of a and it looks to be a feather of a crow. Puts it in his pocket, and she says, "Now you be a good lad." And pushes him off, and Rickett, he goes, "Yes, of course," and he scurries away off into the opposite direction.
Interesting.
Yuki Luxalia, I'm going to have the two of you make wisdom skill checks for me.
Oh, my lord.
I'm good at that, kind of.
It's a 9 for Yuki.
9.
As you see Belbin begin to climb down from the window, you do catch out of the corner of your eye a flash of something. But you look around and you don't see anything in particular. But you both
see that,
notice
Luxalia?
it.
Was it a raven?
Make a
Was
knowledge
it a
skill check for
raven?
me.
I look for a raven. Nat 16 plus
Oh my god!
2.
Just around the side of the building, you can see that there is a what looks to be a crow feather on the ground.
I see a crow feather.
Crow feather. Didn't you mention this fella's name was Corvus?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's a sign. Maybe you should go get it, Luxalia.
Okay. I will follow it, and I will be looking for a nest or a raven of some sort.
Yeah, go ahead and make a focus skill check as you look up upon the roofs.
Back and forth, ma'am. 8.
You don't see any nests or anything. Again, one of the things that you notice upon approaching Soot and Ash is it seems to be a pretty new building. The thatching has been freshly packed and put together. But you see that there is this feather, and it looks perfect and pristine. Not like it's been trampled on or anything. This is very recent that this feather has been laying on the ground.
Hey, Thordane.
Yes.
Do you see any ravens with your elven eyes?
Thorane squints.
He does not.
I do
Dang.
not, Luxalia.
Okay. I'll
But
keep
maybe you
an
should
eye
pick it up, Luxalia.
I did. It's in
Good
my
luck.
hand.
It's good luck. Store it. Keep
Mhm.
it.
Hmm. Okay. Thanks.
And Thorane keeps looking.
And Belbin, you're able to climb your way down to reconvene with Yuki.
Okay, and I'll tell them everything I saw in there, from everything from the goo to the scent of the candle, and I'll hold my hands up to their noses and let them smell it. just in case they doubted. I'll tell them the name of the ledger was the Black Crow,
Mhm.
or
Oh, Luxalia. I think this is a clue. Maybe we should hold on to this. Thanks for being a hood rat, Belbin. I appreciate it.
should I go upstairs and steal that book?
No, I think that would cause so many issues.
Yeah, but then we've got then we have blackmail. Certainly he wants it. Certainly he
I'm-
wants it.
Yes, but at the same time, maybe it'll bring attention to our mission at hand. And I don't know what's better, the blackmail or the mission. It seems like dirty deeds don't really get far among dirty people. You catch what I mean?
All I know is my mission's complete now that I've bowled at 300.
I just picture Yuki looking just like this. I don't know if Jade froze, but
I think you did, yeah.
I can
Yeah.
only picture this look is exactly just like. Jade's gone. Okay.
Hey, Belbin. I think Yuki froze.
She was contemplating deeply. Anyways,
So, Belbin, the other night,
Yes.
this lady mentioned an Asher Corvus, and I know that Corvus means raven or crow. And I found this crow feather, and you said that the ledger was named something about a crow.
Yeah, and smell my fingers.
Why? What?
Smell.
Okay, I would waft a whiff.
it is actually a very familiar smell to you, Luxalia. This
Brings
is the
back
smell
memories
of
of your
incense.
past.
Smells like incense.
There's maybe a holy man up there.
Why would he be at a place like this? I mean, temples do use candles.
Do they also sell poison daggers?
I would hope not.
But there's no way to know for sure, right?
Yeah, I mean,
So what we're saying is there's a church up there,
no,
and he's a priest?
no, that's not what we're saying.
What's the goo?
I don't know. Would I know what goo? Did you already tell us about the goo?
Yeah, I already told you about the goo.
Oh, the goo!
2 days ago, the goo.
Would I know about the goo?
The jar of goo.
I don't know. Maybe it's like a gelatin base for like jello shots or something?
See, I tried to get these people at the bowling alley to give me some jello shots, and all they said is, what's jello? How do people not know what jello is here?
Well, maybe because Jello is a brand name from Silverwood. Maybe they just know it by like
Oh.
gelatin, you know?
Yeah, I should have been more specific. It didn't even occur to me to say gelatin.
I know, because
But
like
I
you don't
thought
think
everyone-
about the unbranded, like what's it actually called, you know?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
like,
like
yeah,
Kleenex is tissue.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, everyone knows. I thought everyone knew what a jello shot was, but I guess
Yeah,
maybe not.
just in Silverwood, I guess.
Yeah, okay, well,
Now we know.
yeah, maybe I'll go back there tonight and ask if they know what a gelatin shot is.
Yeah. They obviously have the goo for it.
Yeah, and I guess that's assuming we live to see tonight, but
Well, that's a fair. Yeah. I mean, we've made it this far.
yeah. Hey, do you want to come party with us on the ship afterwards if I bowl another 300?
No.
Are you sure?
I like sleep, Belvin.
Well, you can sleep after, or you can sleep when you're
No,
dead.
we can't. You haven't slept all night. We're not here on vacation, Belvin.
That is exactly why we're here.
Yeah,
That's how this whole
Dalithir-
thing started.
Dalithir says. What do you mean we're not on vacation?
Oh, man. I think that vacation ended way before even we were chased by the terror of the sea.
I don't know.
All right. Oh, hey, Yuki's back.
I feel gypped of my vacation though.
Sorry, guys. I had a moment. I was
I
very
know.
confused by what Belvin said.
I understand.
Just contemplating my life for the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Smell
I
my
get it.
fingers.
Smells like incense.
Yes,
Oh,
that's what I thought.
maybe we should go to the temple to
Temple.
pray. Yeah,
Amen.
pray a
Amen.
little bit, you know. For some
Wait a
guidance.
second. Maybe they're trying to kill a priest or something.
I mean, poison dagger,
Yeah.
gelatin,
Incense.
priest.
I'm gonna
I
have
think I should
you
steal that
roll
book.
a wisdom skill check for Thordane.
Oh.
Thordane? He's a man of science.
He's just been eating ice cream this whole time.
He would know.
You see some stuff.
Wisdom. That would be a 14.
I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but Princess Mila's alone.
What?
What happened to
Princess
Zill?
Mila, she sees you and she waves, and there's an axe in her hand, and she waves.
Why is she back? I'm gonna go back over to her. You guys figure out the raven thing, and I'll go over to Princess Mila. Where did Zill go?
Oh, I'm just keeping lookout. Somewhere over there. He said he saw something. He gave me this to protect myself, and she just smiles.
Don't you have like your staff?
I do, yes.
Wouldn't that be like way better at protecting you than this axe that you don't know how to use?
Well, he said something sharp could be useful.
Okay. Well, don't
He
cut
was
yourself.
pointing to all the sharp, pointy things on his body, and he says, "Well, he just told me that I could use this for the time being."
Okay.
Zill's not that sharp.
Ouch.
No.
And over there, and
Hurt yourself.
she points like down the alley. I'm keeping lookout, though. I need to take my job very seriously.
And
She-
you are. I appreciate it. I'll
Did you
stay
find
with
anything nice? I saw that there was some breaking and entering that happened.
Nothing was broken and nothing was entered. As far as I know.
You're right, that window is
So-
open.
Yeah. Did you see any ravens
No, I don't
or
think so.
crows?
I don't see any birds here, actually.
Like at all since we've been here?
Oh no, I've seen birds. Just currently, there's
Oh,
there's
just not
nothing.
right
I'm
now.
keeping lookout. I'm really trying to make sure I don't see it. Well, I see something, but hopefully don't see anything.
I'm really pondering this, but
Me too.
maybe while I ponder this, we should cut back over to the other guys.
I think that's a good idea. Zill, what are you doing at this moment? The two do depart and walk away.
They depart.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I waited for them to depart. Then I waited for how long I think it would take them for me to be out of earshot. Then I waited that whole amount of time again.
Okay. Perfect.
But after, like, abundantly cautiously waiting, I'm going to get out of the barrel. Just kind of go. Scramble out of it and head back to Princess Mila.
Okay. She is sitting
And
there, and she is talking
on my way
with
out.
Natalia.
Hold on. On my way out, in the barrel, I'm gonna leave 1 EC as a thank you for whoever tipped me off. And like I kind of hold it up, just do this, and then put it in the barrel.
I think Zill's paranoid.
Not paranoid.
You make your
Trying
way
to
back.
take.
You make your way
Mila saw
back
it.
to Princess Mila and Luxalia chatting.
Good to see you're okay, Princess. I know what you're gonna say, Luxaria.
Why did you give her an axe?
Well, they always keep me safe. I figured they'd help.
And see, I'm safe, aren't I?
See,
She gives it. She
said
gives
so.
it back, and she says, "Thank you very much. It was quite helpful."
You're welcome.
Don't you
trying
think
to
I
keep a
looked
pleaser.
intimidating?
Wait.
No one's gonna mess with someone who's just holding an axe in the open, right?
No, you just are gonna get arrested, but
I've never gotten arrested and he just points to his great axe. Okay, that's probably not true. He's probably been arrested, but
hey, hand back the axe for a second.
to Princess Mila,
Yeah.
I give it to her.
Okay. Princess Mila, do you know how to use that?
She chops like that, right? Just
Hey, Zill. Would you say that like you're pretty good with axes and like hand-to-hand
Yes.
combat?
Very much so.
Do you think you could take that axe against her will?
not if I'm doing
Prob-
this.
Probably.
All right. Yeah. Hey, Princess Mila, don't like hurt Zill or anything. He'll be fine. But like, try to fend him off, Zill. You just take it from her. See what happens.
How am I gonna fend him off without hurting him?
What?
Okay, try to hurt him. He'll be fine.
I don't want to do this.
I'm sorry
You gave
for
her a
this,
plus
Sil.
one, right? You gave her just the edge. It's fine. Okay, fine. Let's use a stick.
Are you ready?
Is that better?
No. Look,
My
Sally.
point being,
Look,
if
Sally,
someone
look, Sally.
knows, I think I made my point. Someone could have just disarmed her. And
Oh,
now
thank
they have
goodness!
an axe
I'm not
and
good
she
with
does-
blood.
Oh my God.
Luxalia. I was given a tip. I had to follow it.
My point was, you didn't need to give her the axe. She has her staff,
I do.
and she's way better with that than an axe.
Yeah, but
That's
don't
all.
don't I look intimidating more with this though, right?
Not really.
No one's gonna come up to me and mess with me if I
Luxalia, you're
have
missing the point.
an axe. Just picture this, Luxalia. Someone comes up to me and is just like, "What are you
takes
doing?"
the axe
And I
out
would
of your
just say,
hand.
"No, I've got an axe to grind with you." And then I'd show them the axe, and they would be like, "Oh, she means business." And I'd be like, "Yeah." I'm just keeping lookout.
Luxalia, I think you're missing the point.
Which is?
I know where Ricket's gonna be tonight.
Oh! Cool. Do tell.
He's gonna be in Foggy Bay. At 6 p.m. What time is it?
Oh, it's
6
early, like 6
30
a.m.
a.m.
Yeah,
I don't know.
something
Okay.
like that.
But there could be trouble because the person giving him instructions. Was it a voice I recognized?
No, you've never seen this.
It was someone I don't know. It was a woman. She gave him the instructions. She gave him a crow feather.
Yeah, Bulbasaur lady.
I
Aisha Bulbasaur.
Oh yeah, I
Everyone
wasn't
met her.
there. I wasn't there when y'all met her, so I might not recognize her.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is, but
Oh, that's okay.
she was very clear that no one was to know about it. She was threatening that no one was to know about it.
Yeah. Seems like
So-
her.
I mean, we should probably look into this. We should probably be there and intercept him. But
Yeah. Maybe
we
we
will-
should be there stealthily.
well, exactly, and prepared for a fight because we're going to be walking into something dangerous, based on the way she talked to him.
I have an important question, Zil.
Yes.
Were you stealthy just now?
By some gift of Alumnia, yes.
Wow. Okay. Cool. Good for you.
I'm not gonna dwell too much on how that happened, because if I do, I probably would never be able to do it again.
All I'm saying is it was an alumnious providence that we left you behind.
Yes.
So,
You left me behind because I wasn't stealthy enough. So I could go on a stealth mission for the team.
single-handedly, yeah. Absolutely.
Figure that one out, because I can't. But
Yeah, alumnious
it happened.
providence, that's all I got. You know?
So, I don't know what we want to do with that information.
We'll share it with the group, and then we'll follow up on it, and then we'll look for this raven that I found this feather from.
Great. Great.
Have you seen any like crows or ravens around here?
I mean, just
Wait a second. Do you think he could like transform into a raven? This bad guy? By some dark magic?
I don't know.
Wow.
That is a good question.
Because Bulbasaur lady said that she was like, no, he's not a raven. And I'm like, there was a little twinkle in her eye that I'm like, oh, maybe he is a raven. But maybe he's also not a raven. Yes.
You make
It's all coming together.
I'm assuming we make our way over at this point.
Oh no, it depends. Is Belvin going back in the window and taking?
Belbin, are you going back in the window and taking the ledger? I can't. Yuki's not gonna stop you. She doesn't want to make a scene, so if that's
Alright.
something you want to
We'll,
do.
we'll roll one more time to see what
Alright.
fate has. Not taking it.
All right.
We'll
There
beat
you go.
Belbin today.
That's good. He's coming clutch today. I guess they make their way over, and I'm assuming the information gets shared amongst the party as well.
So what do you
Luxalia, I
think we should
think-
do next?
Luxalia, I think maybe your Raven theory is a little bit off. However,
I agree, but
Zil, you did say
I've
that.
seen demons.
That's true. That is true. You did say that Agnes gave Rickett a feather, right? Maybe one
I
of us
don't
could-
know who gave him the feather, but
Or whoever gave
it
him the feather.
was.
It's the token he needs to get into whatever it needs to. Luxalia, you have a feather, right?
Yeah.
How tall's Rickett? How tall's Rickett? About.
From what you could see, he's probably standing about 5'4" ish.
Belbin, we put a cloak on you and you have the feather on you. How's that sound?
Great. Is it near the bowling alley?
We're gonna be doing more than bowling
I don't know,
pins
the
tonight.
fog bay. What was it called again, Zill?
Foggy Bay.
Mm-hmm. I was pretty close.
Maybe we can apprehend Rickett on the way there. Belbin could go in disguised as Rickett, get the information that's needed, and if things get a little bit hairy, Belbin doesn't need
Oh.
weapons. He is a weapon.
That's a good
This
point.
is true.
We could just be around just in case as a safeguard.
How old is Rickett? Young?
It's hard to tell. He's not a child. He's somewhere in his adult age, but he looks younger than he is. But from the he had
So
his
do
cloak
I.
on. He had his cloak on. Every time that Zill, Yuki, Luxalia, Thordain had seen him, and so, but his voice was clearly not of adolescence.
So I'm saying
Belvin
maybe
hasn't heard
we-
his voice, right?
No.
We intercept him maybe on the way there, potentially.
Oh, the only thing is Belbin's ears and fur are kind of a giveaway.
Well, he's wearing a hood. He'll be wearing whatever Rickett's usually wears. He'll be covered up.
Yeah, fair enough, but
I mean, at least for the
Just
time
saying.
being. I just don't. I think, or maybe what we could do instead is we could, I don't know, intercept Rickett on the way there, tell him the plight on what's going on. I don't know how necessarily cooperative he'll be.
I don't know if
However,
we need to intercept Rickett if we just need this ticket.
that's true. But what if two people show up with the ticket? Is the thing.
I mean, wouldn't there be multiple people coming to this meeting?
I
Potentially.
don't know. I couldn't pick up many details.
I think we have a good starting point, though. At the very least, we know we need to be at this scary
The-
place at 6.
The other thing, the only other thing I really noticed was the person giving him the mission wasn't. She seemed to be working for someone else.
Yeah, I think it was. My guess is it was the Bulbasaur lady.
Cause
Agnes?
she mentioned,
Yeah.
she mentioned if he didn't keep it secret, somebody else would be mad at him, not her.
Princess Mila, she chimes in. What did he look like, Zill? What did she look like?
I give as best a description as I can from a barrel.
Is that Agnes?
The one thing that you do mention is the plume sticking out, the peacock plume sticking out of her hair. Yeah, it's pretty good identifier that it's.
So it seems like she's doing some shady things. She told us last night that she was the one who kept things shipshape and everything running in the night market. However, it makes it seem like if this comes out, the entire night market will be under. So it definitely seems like she's a guise, as in she's the one who runs the outside on the streets and how things go out there. Whereas there's someone else, the boss, as you said, as was mentioned, behind the scenes, running things behind the scenes. So she's probably the face.
What
Of
about
what's
this
going on.
Asher Corvus guy who can turn into birds?
Can Yuki make some sort of, or Thorny make some sort of knowledge check about people turning into birds?
Yeah, Thordain could make an elemental skill check for me.
That's a natural one. 4
Nice.
What do you take me? What do you take me for? Some fool?
Can I make this similar check?
Yeah, make an elemental skill check for me.
I'm pretty good with elemental stuff.
So Thordain.
19.
It's not out of the question. However, that's really, really either high level, like manic channeling or whatnot. It would take like a very impressive mana wielder to be able to completely change their form.
I'm not saying any Joe Schmo could do it or any Joe Smith could do it, but a really high-level manic person maybe could. Just saying.
Well, maybe what we do then is we cover our bases before tonight. Belbin, you said that this incense was up there in the candle, the smell of it. Maybe we can go get some information potentially from the
the
temple,
temple!
the church, and then about maybe just the providers of the candles there or the incense, and try to go from there. Try to learn as much as we can behind the scenes so we're not just going in blind.
And also warn them that their stuff might have sticky gelatin in there.
Okay, I agree. What do y'all think?
Is the church buying from the black market?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know. It's a pretty obvious store. I don't know if it's the black market.
But are they?
Behind the
I
scenes
mean-
is the black market. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Could
a
the
front.
priest be corrupt though? Could the priest?
Well, we can
Yeah.
question.
What if the
Let's
priest is the
meet him
boss?
first, and then we'll, make a judgment.
All right.
Where is the? Speaking of which, where is the temple?
So as you look and you take out your map, the temple is going to be right here in Hightown.
Okay. During the day, it's free to go up there,
During
right?
the day, it's free. It opens up at 8 a.m. The
Okay.
checkpoint.
So maybe we stop by the Adventurers Guild, get some breakfast.
The bowling alley. Stop by
Belbin.
the alley.
Belbin, you already achieved your goal of 300. Why do you need to go there again?
It's all downhill from here, Belvin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a half-empty way of looking at it, isn't it, Luxalia?
Uh-huh.
What if I'm just hitting my prime, hitting the stride? Maybe I just need to conquer a 300 in every town we go to now. Folden Rock is the first.
I've
now
never
making the
personally
bowling
heard of a
pilgrimage.
bowling parlor. I've never heard of a bowling parlor before, so it's impressive that you found one here.
Well, you just
No.
wait. By the time I'm done, the whole world will know what bowling is, and the parlor will become the PBA.
You say
I-
so, Belvin.
I hope for the best for your sake. That's the case.
We're out here to
Um,
save. Eclaas is out here to save the world, but I'm here to teach the world the beauty of bowling.
Well, you have adoring fans at the very least, that's for sure. Anyway, should we make our way?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so you wander up to the checkpoint. There are 2 checkpoints up to Hightown. So currently where you guys are at is going to be Yuki's mark. So that's where the Soot and Ashes right here. The bowling parlor that Belbin was at was over here, and he noticed that there was a checkpoint here, and there's also a checkpoint here.
We ought to
Let's
go,
go-
this one.
Yeah, probably this way, since it's closest.
Are you having breakfast first?
Or-
What's going on? What's happening?
Sure. We'll just stop by the Adventurers Guild and do Adventurers Guild things. Talk to Pietrick if he's there.
You head to the Adventurers Guild, and the only one that is currently there is Thaddeus. He goes, "Oh, how's the search for Rolo going?"
Well,
We're making progress.
He pulls off of his belt. He's like, "There's some coin in it for you if you achieve it, but if you're as accomplished as you are fighting off Malvish, this is gonna be pennies. Pennies to the
Yeah.
dollar."
Well, this is definitely taking a lot more thinking and less brawn than we're used to. However, I think we're getting somewhere.
I just want to hit something.
I'm sure you do, Zill. I'm sure you do.
Well, there are a bunch of other. If you want to hit someone, there's plenty of people who need hitting. Who need whacking.
What's the deal with ravens in this town?
I'm confused. What do you mean?
Are they a common bird in these parts?
I don't believe I've ever seen one in person.
What about, do you know a woman
What about
named,
Crow?
what's her name? Agnes Agnes
Aisha!
Agnes
Bulbasaur! Volsibor!
Alvarenthar.
Volsibor! Volsibor!
So hard. It's right. What's her last name again?
Vavusar, I think. Vavusar?
Do
Bulbasaur!
you know an
Bulbasaur.
Alicia or not Alicia? Why Alicia? Do you know Agnes Volvisar?
There's not a single person around Lowtown that doesn't know her.
We think she's into dubious things.
What makes you think that?
We'll get back to you on that.
I'd like to see proof before we go villainizing very important individuals within Lowtown.
Oh, we have proof.
Do ya?
Yep, right, Zill.
Well, she was seen kind of giving a sketchy mission to a sketchy person of interest that we're going to be looking into this evening.
Drunk him down to Foggy Bay and at 6 p.m.
Why,
Join her?
why are we just telling everyone and their mother our plans? Everyone, like, what? I think we should maybe keep this in the group.
What's happening at Foggy Bay at 6
We
p.m.?
don't.
Here, smell my fingers.
Nobody knows.
Make an influence skill check for me.
Influence.
Oh,
12.
Kind of question is that? Ooh. You just shove it in his face. Ugh. It's not what I expected.
What did you expect?
Have you been to the temple recently?
No.
It's really not what I expected then. What is this? And he takes your hand and sniffs it again.
You like it, don't you? It's better the second time.
what's going on?
Why is your hand all sweaty as he puts it down?
Well, you know, we'll report when we get more information. But for now,
Just come back to me when you've got Rolo for me.
okay. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Nice.
All right, you have your meal. You wait until 8, until the checkpoint opens. And by the time 8 a.m. Comes, the streets has the early morning goings. You make your way back out to Cinder Street, and there's actually a couple of tents that have started being set up. And you can see that Anya, she's there collecting payment from the vendors that are setting up shop.
Oh, hello, Agnes. Yuki calls out.
Oh, if it weren't the travelers from yesterday.
How was business last night? Hop in? It seems like people are
Was
setting
good.
up early. What's going on?
We did pretty good, and she pats her coin purse that's on her hip.
See, keeping the hoi polloi in check, I see.
Indeed. Indeed. If anything, I would say that it was as peaceful a night as it possibly could be around these parts.
I like to hear that. Well, we may come back and check out Soot and Ash, is that what it's called tonight? To get our candles for our ship. So thank you for keeping things ship shape so we
Oh,
can...
you haven't purchased any yet.
No, not yet. We were tired. Our friend here, pointing to Belbin, got a 300 for whatever that means.
You may know my
Now
name
his
around
hand
town
smells
this
like
morning.
incense.
That's what that noise was, that racket was last night. I kept
Well.
hearing the calling off in the distance of 300, 300. It's because of you.
It's because of me. It's all my fault.
Well,
It's me. Hi.
are you the problem?
I am the problem. It's me.
That's okay. So we need a little bit of excitement around here. It's been pretty quiet lately.
Oh, I've heard there's going to be excitement tonight.
What's happening tonight? Is there anything I'm unaware of?
Nothing is happening today.
Another bowling trip is happening.
Not if I can help it.
Bowling.
6 p.m. Be there.
Oh, are you talking about the new bowling parlor that opened up just down the way?
Mm-hmm.
I've heard good
Oh, we
things.
got trouble, my friends. Right here at Folden Rock.
Folden Rock.
With a
The
capital
capital
B.
B
That's
that
a
rhymes.
B.
That
Oh, wait, with a
stands,
capital T that rhymes with
Does
B.
that stand for bowl?
for bowling.
stands for bowling.
Stands for
Oh,
Belbin.
Stands for Belbin.
I remember the name Folden Rock in the Golden Rule.
Our children's gonna have trouble.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself at Folden Rock, at least.
Yeah.
The more coin you spend, the more prosperous we become.
Do you have any recommendations on what to check out later? Specifically, aside from the candles?
What are you interested in?
Anything. Whatever. What's the specialty of Folden Rock?
Well, we have one of the greatest banks to ever exist, the Aurum Exchange, and she points up past the gate. It's just going to be on your right if you make your way up there. Have you explored Hightown yet?
No, we're about to go up there. Speaking of which, where can we buy some of this? And Yuki sticks Belbin's fingers into her nose.
Where did you get this? And she pulls it closer. She's like, it's strangely familiar.
Incense.
Smells good, doesn't it? Do I smell it again? It's better the second time.
She takes a sniff. There's something peaceful about this.
Can Yuki make any sort of checks about potential incense used to cover things up, or things being used? It's kind of a strong fragrance, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Make a piety skill check for me.
Oh, bro, you should have had me do it.
I got a pretty good roll, so we're good. Maybe go low. Piety. Ooh, I only got a 1. That's a 12.
12. The one thing that you know that the incense is used for is it's used in sacred, basically sacred practices.
But it's not known for for example, cinnamon. People put cinnamon in things to cover poison.
Not
taste of
per
poison.
se, at least not as far as you know. It's used for holy celebrations.
People put cumin on themselves to cover the BO, you know?
Isn't that what the smell of BO is, cumin?
Old man! BO, yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, have you ever noticed if you smell cumin, it's like, oh, this smells like BO.
No!
It does.
Yeah.
For the record.
Typically,
Cumin smells like BO.
old tennis coaches.
That's oddly specific.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about, though. I know who
Yeah. Love him. Love the guy.
Sorry. But no, it's not meant for. There's no dubious practice that could be used
That you
for.
know of.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of things that it could be used for, but as far as your normal conception of it, preconceived knowledge,
Well-
it's used only in holy celebrations.
Do you know, Agnes, where we could buy some of this? Because Belbin came across this. I don't know what he was touching, but it just is divine.
There are
I didn't
candle
find it
scents
in a
of this.
church, I can tell you that.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Well, there are candles in soot and ash that have that smell. In fact, actually, the temple, Folden Temple, they get all of their candles sourced from soot and ash.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Thank you, Agnes. Maybe we'll stop by there and tonight and get some of those. Because, oh boy, I'll tell you, we have a crewmate named Barnacle Bill, and oh boy, that is something quite unholy. That smell that comes from that man. May the power of Christ compel whatever's coming off of him.
Well, good luck with that.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, good luck.
Well, sorry, we should leave you. We should leave her.
Take the holy water. Bill's like, ooh, it's salty.
Well, thank you. Well, maybe we'll see you a little bit later tonight, around the block, around Cinder Street.
Well, you know where to find me.
That we do.
All right, and you're off. So you make your way through the gates into Hightown, and as you do so, there are 4 guards that are stationed at this checkpoint, and they stop you and they say, "Your names?"
I am Luxalia.
Okay, and how do you spell that? And they begin writing it down.
Oh, you want me to spell it? Luxalia.
And where do you plan on venturing? What's your business in Hightown?
Well, as you can see, the temple is my business.
And how long do you plan to stay in Hightown?
Couple hours.
Okay. Make sure to check in with us on your departure so we know that you have officially left. There is a curfew at 6 p.m. The gates will close.
Thank you.
And he asks the same question to everyone else.
I am blah blah blah. I seek the Holy Grail. My favorite color is blue.
That's not the questions that I need.
Oh. Okay. Those are the questions I'm used to hearing when going to and fro. But the same. We're following her.
All of you are together, a group then.
Yes, we are called Eclaas. Perhaps you've heard of us.
And he goes one by one through everyone and eventually gets to Princess Mila. And your name? Princess Mila looks at you.
Her name
Is Melio.
Montoya. Someone killed her father.
Do you have any identification?
She's definitely good with axes.
Oh. Did you bring your identification, Princess Mila?
She looks
Leo?
She looks panicked as she looks at you.
She's with us. She is here.
I'm
on a
diplomatic
pilgrimage.
business.
Oh, a diplomat. Hey, where do you hail from?
She comes from an.
I think it's fine, Mila. You can speak on your own behalf.
She takes down her hood, not all the way, but just like a little bit to kind of reveal her face, and she says, "I'm Princess Mila of Fashion Fae." The guards look to each other and they just burst out laughing. Oh, it's too early for jokes like that. No, seriously, who are you?
Well, they call me Mr. 300.
Oh.
I'm quite aware of your dealings, Belbin. Look, lads, we're the
Belvin's
local
gonna be our
celebrity.
ticket to the Harrow Gates. He's gonna be our ticket to the Harrow Gates. Rolling 300.
Yeah, who needs to do any of this side questing stuff?
Well, she's an emissary from Fashion Fae, is what she is. So.
All right,
Name's
next time
Mila.
you come through, make sure you bring your identification.
All right.
Off we go. Thank you for your service and keeping things safe.
You're welcome. Stay safe.
It gets a
have
little
fun.
sketchy down in Lowtown at night, just so you know.
So they
Tourists
say.
down there. Yeah, tourists down there don't feel safe a lot of the time, so just maybe As we are. Off
Enjoy
to
your
church
stay.
we go.
You make your way over to the temple as you wander up through the streets. Lowtown actually looks decently nice if you remember walking through it, but there is a stark difference between Lowtown and Hightown. Like, this is like, it rivals even the most grandiose places that you've seen in Helix or anywhere else. As you walk, it's all brand new, pristine. Streets are completely swept. Everybody that's walking around are wearing nice regal clothing with like all kinds of like furs from abroad and gold jewelry and diamonds, all the things, as they just walk around, and everybody's like actually polite with each other and they greet. They don't just ignore everybody on the street, but they're like, yes, welcome to Folden Rock. Welcome to Folden Rock, as everybody addresses you as you make your way past your ragtag group. You eventually, following the map, take a left, and as you do so, you pass to your right a large market square. There are gates that have closed this place off, and you see that written on there is it opens at 10 a.m. But you continue down, and you see this very long park, a park that stretches for about 4 blocks. And about halfway down that park to your left, you see that there is an opening to what looks to be the main square, and in the center of it is Folden Temple. It's beautiful, completely white stone, and on the roof it's got almost kind of like this like tannish tile, kind of like Spanish looking influence tile. You make your way up to the doors and you open them, and you see that there are a number of people in the pews already, but it is a kind of a traditional Alamnic church, and you are immediately greeted by the smell of incense, and you see someone with a large pointy hat up front. And with that, we're going to go ahead and end our session for today.
Oh, I love this session. It's so good.
Let's go.
Got a lot done too, which was great.
Did we?
Yeah, yeah, we did. We did.
All right, thoughts on tonight's session. We'll go ahead and start with Cole, since I know he's the one who has to leave probably earliest. But Cole, thoughts on tonight?
It was a hoot and a half. It was silly. It was productive, just as Everlast should be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still so confused about this Raven thing. I also definitely just stumbled on that. I was just making a joke, and then it turned out to be an actual thing. So
I mean, a name with Corvus tends to allude to such jokes to be made.
Yeah, it's true. So yeah, it's just a good thing that Luxelia actually knows Alamnic. Otherwise, that would have made no sense for her to say that. Latin is basically Alamnic, right?
Yeah, basically.
Okay, cool.
Oremus.
So yeah, which ironically Max probably knows more of than I. Probably even Connor.
Connor's like fluent in Latin. Did you know that?
Connor?
No.
He is.
He's fluent in Latin. He's read me books in Latin.
It's pretty good. What a guy.
Every night.
His kids spoke Latin before English.
No dada. More like
Pater.
Pater. Pater.
You come to die.
Oh gosh.
That's like there.
I don't know. Any other thoughts, Cole?
It is a mystery that I look forward to being solved because it's hurting my brain. And also, how was Corvus related to any of this? I forget.
The dude's name. Who runs the shop?
What dude? Does he run so?
Rollo
Nash?
Corvus. What is it, Rollo
Not
Corvus?
Rollo.
No.
Oh,
Asher.
Asher Corvus. Who's that guy again? I forgot who he was.
Rollo
He-
Monteblair. That's what I was saying.
Asher Corvus
girl.
runs the Nash.
All of these
Okay,
names are just
alright.
getting mixed up.
Monteblair is the other guy. He's the guy with
Rollo.
Aldrag Monteblair is who you're searching for.
Oh, right.
Rollo.
The
Rollo
Harrow gates are the
other
ones in
side.
charge of this.
Bond
Rolo
slinging.
Beaumont is the
Beaumont.
boss.
Beaumont. There we go.
Oh my
Asher Corvus runs
goodness.
that.
But we gotta find the Harrow gates. Was I
Well, we're
right
trying-
on that
but-
one?
Belbin's reputation's gonna get us to the Harrow gates. That's what we're relying on. We get
Yeah.
a 300
There's
boulder.
more
Got
than
to,
one way
got
to
to.
yeah, am I right?
He needs to get 2 nights in a row. That'll
apparently.
really make waves.
I know. And then we'll demand a meeting with the Harrow Gates.
We have a local celebrity.
He deserves
famous
a medal.
bowler, famous bowler all the way from the east.
Crotchety old man.
Oh man.
The bowling community is high class, I guess.
Apparently.
Oh my god.
Oh man,
Anyways,
the Harrow
Cole.
Gates are big bowlers. Anyway. Yeah, it was fun. That's all I got.
Max, your thoughts? I'm still here, but just talk.
It was good. It was good. Trying to yeah. No, it's funny that I don't know, Zill just approaches these things so much different than everyone else.
I love it. It's great.
Maybe not that much different than Belbin, but we just have very different skill sets.
Hey, sometimes you gotta be stealthy even though you're not stealthy. So.
I was happy to see the stealth roll. I was happy like okay, no. Zill does trust his gut. Like he is trying to build this like orphan web more just out of trust of anything else of like I am also an orphan. I get you. Because that's the only thing he really has going, and he has some money he can spare. But it's like, okay, I heard a voice saying, not right here, or whatever it said. Like, I'm gonna go listen to that voice and see where it takes me.
It's kind of like Thordain, you know?
And it's like,
Thordain's
if this is
tremendous.
actually gonna be what I hope it to be, like this network I'm trying to build, I gotta go for it, even if it means abandoning a princess.
It's okay, you gave her an axe.
Yeah, it's fine.
Are you building a social network?
I wouldn't call them social, but yes.
Could be Orphangram.
Orphan book.
Or book.
Orphan book. Orphan chat?
Orphan talk.
There we go.
Anyways.
I like it.
Or
yeah,
simply
this
Oh wait,
Oh.
it's simply axe.
yeah, axe. Oh, that's good. Anything else, Max?
Not a lot. Zill's kind of just in the shadows this session, which
Good.
figuratively and literally. But it was
Dang.
good.
I mean, the first thing that I can think of, I loved all the interaction with Princess Mila. I feel like she's kind of been a second thought these last few things, but we brought her for a purpose, and I liked how she's kind of coming to the forefront with a couple of the interactions. Freaking the Belbin nonsense, love it, absolutely love it. That was an amazing way to start the stream and get the comedy going. I think that's what got the silliness going for this session. I loved it, every bit of it. And again, it was productive, like we were saying before. Like we found Agnes, we found what's his bucket, Ricket. Yeah, we found Ricket.
Asher.
We learned Asher. We learned some dubious information. Belbin snuck through a window and got a bunch of really good stuff. We found our next meeting place, and we're going to church. Was it part of the session?
Yeah, we
You
did
know,
it all.
it was a
Smithing.
We did it.
Yeah, no
We
blacksmith.
did it. Yeah, Agnes Forger came, and she has a father who's an assassin. No, sorry, a spy, and a mother who's an assassin. It's good.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna find them at the foggy docks one of these days. But no, I thought it was really good. Even like the interactions. I know Thordain's kind of a second thought. I feel a lot of the time, especially since Ikari's gonna be gone for a little while moving forward. I do like he has his moments in every session, which I really appreciate. Like, he doesn't say or do a
His
lot,
education.
but he's got his moments. Belvin's
Let me
sending in
educate you.
Belvin's
Formation of
sending in the
magma.
ladies. I was gonna say the only woman that's part of my heart is that of science. Lady science.
Lady wisdom.
Lady wisdom.
Oh my
Love
goodness.
this.
Let me introduce you to her. Explain plate tectonics.
Belbin has a funny
I
way
don't
of
know.
adding money to the coffers too.
Yeah, what the heck?
That was wild.
Yeah, I made everyone pay. He's like, all right, that's fine then.
But yeah, no, I just had a good session. It's always really fun to get together. Yeah, Connor, do you have anything?
Yeah, Belvin's just on cloud 9. Like, he's living life large now, you know? Like,
Now you
that-
just have to get it in real life, Connor.
I know. Well, that ship has probably sailed, but can live
Hey,
it through Belvin.
Belbin's almost in his 60s.
Yeah. And he probably hasn't played for years.
Bowling is a lifelong sport, guys. So
Like
you're
golf?
right. Yeah, exactly like golf. But no, I think Belbin may be dangerously confident after the night that he had, and the escapades of everything else that transpired. So, no, I just it's fun. Now he's got a reputation in town too, which is fun. So we'll see if it amounts to anything. If it gets us,
Yeah.
if it gets us the audience we need over Princess, like the guards were just laughing at Princess Mila.
It's true.
But they knew you.
The guards
knew
probably
you.
partied with me the night before, you know. So
one or two of them was probably in the bowling parlor.
you're either doing mischievous stuff at night or you're at the bowling parlor. So
Well, when you got trouble. And
Oh, we got
obviously.
trouble.
It's the only two options.
Capital T that
remember the
rhymes with
name,
B.
Folden Rock in the Golden
Yeah.
Rule.
Our children's gonna have trouble.
Trouble.
That's good. Anyways, thank you all so much for being here tonight. It's so exciting being able to go through this. So we'll see what next session looks like. So I believe our next session is the 14th. Is that correct?
It will not most likely not be the 14th. If we will be having one, it will be the 15th, which is a day later. Unfortunately, 3 of us at least are going to be wrapped up in the funeral stuff. So that is that day. So we will be potentially moving it over one day. I know if it is the 15th, Max, you probably can't make it, unfortunately. Okay, so we'll see. We'll see if we need to reschedule it anyway. And who knows? Maybe again, since Ikari's not going to be with us for the next month, maybe we try moving it earlier in the week for whatever works. I know Connor, you're also going to be really busy the next couple weeks, coming up as well. So maybe we can work something out. Aside from
I
just
am
Friday.
coming to Colorado that week, and I will be in town during that week. And so even if we did it maybe like a day earlier or whatever the case, I mean, we can talk about it and see what happens. But it's going to be around the normal time. But if we could do it in person, that'd be awesome. I'm not sure when Cole's arriving, but we'll see. We'll see essentially what we'll be able
What if
to.
we were all in the same place for a second?
That's what I'm saying.
That'd be
It's never
awesome.
happened for me except for the very, very first session like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
Let's
We'll see.
go.
we'll see. I guess it really depends on when you
It
arrive.
might be
in
a
Cole.
live session, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
Crazy.
live, I guess, technically, but where everybody's together. We'll see. Well, maybe we can figure something out. But that is the next technically scheduled one, and then after that, our next one is going to be what, the 28th of June, and so. We're continuing a pretty normal pacing as far as Everlast goes, but yeah, thank you. This was the final one in May and everything. Dane, do you have any announcements before we do?
Yeah, really quick. I won't talk a lot about them, but we have a couple announcements for this week. So I will be moving to playing some Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild tomorrow. So I was going to be playing Elden Ring all the way till June 20th, but I can only play that game so many times in a row. Like, I've already beaten it 3 times within like the past like 3 weeks. So I don't want to keep playing it over and over again. So until the Elden Ring DLC comes out June 20th, I will be playing some Breath of the Wild for the time being, which is really fun. So come join me for that. I'll be streaming that tomorrow. Kyle's going to be continuing his playthrough of Final Fantasy 16 on Sunday and Tuesday next week, right? Tuesday next week. Cole, will you be streaming next week?
I should be.
Are you going to
Okay.
be playing
Back
Fire
to
Emblem or
Fire
Paper
Emblem.
Mario? Fire Emblem.
Back to Fire Emblem.
Okay.
I gotta finish it, and then I'll play through Paper Mario. But you gotta taste today.
Those of you who joined, yeah, Cole earlier today, he played some Paper Mario, which was really, really fun. So that was good. And aside from that, just a couple of quick announcements. For 24 hours, so starting from 12 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time till so Friday to Saturday 12 p.m. For 24 hours, we have a sale going on in our merch store. So if you want to support the creation of this game, again, Kyle's brainchild of Everlast, we have a discount on our merch, Everlast themed merch. So go check that out. T-shirts are like $14.99. You got your moisture wicking T-shirts for like $17.99. Hoodies, jackets, that kind of thing that are Everlast theme are also on sale. So go check those out. It supports the game, and this is during our days that we have Everlast for 24 hours. They're good. It's a good time to get your Everlast merch because they're discounted from the normal price, which is pretty cool. Also, we hit 10 purchases this past month of Coffee of the Realm, which is our Everlast coffee that we have a partnership with Roastify coffee with. It is coffee that's based around Everlast. Today I was drinking the decaf blend at Midnight in Flamongolith. The art is official art from the game of Everlast, and it's really good coffee. So we have 8 different blends from light roasts to medium roasts to dark roasts to decaf coffee, and they all have an explanation on the back of the box of kind of like the city that it's from. And it goes to support Everlast. We had 10, like I said, we had 10 purchases within the last month, so it is discounted now to $18.99. So, or it's $18.99, $17.99. It's one of those two. I can't remember, but it is discounted from the initial amount. So if you've been wanting to buy some Coffee of the Realm, consider going to check that out. It supports the game, the creation of the game of Everlast, and it's just really good coffee. If you don't drink coffee yourself, there's a loved one in your family who definitely does drink coffee, and I know that it's a really cool gift idea for them. So consider getting it. If we get hit 10 again this month, then it will maintain that lower price. If we don't hit 10 orders, they'll be going back up to that $20.99. So it's kind of that incentivization to buy stuff. What I've been doing, or what I will be doing, is buying like one a month. So I'll purchase like one in like all different 8 flavors. So 1 month I'll buy one roast. Next month I'll try another roast, and I'll buy like that. And it goes to supporting the game, which is pretty cool. And then we have our amazing sponsor, Daisnaki. They're a Japanese sweets and luxury treats company based in Tokyo, Japan. They're a small family business. You'd be wacky not to buy Daisnaki. And what else? They offer free international shipping. If you do decide to purchase from them, there's upon checkout, there's like a little box where you can like type in. Make sure to mention that Forge sent you. That's how we get the credit for sending you. And if you're part of the Twitch community, be sure to mention your Twitch username, because once we hit a referral limit, then they will be giving away a box for free, free of charge, which is pretty cool. And you get more extra like tickets and stuff for that raffle. We've already given away one box, which is awesome, and it went to a wonderful member of the community. So this gives you just more opportunity to win that box. And they have all kinds of box, from like just your general omakase box to a more like looks box, which has some more like high-end Japanese sweets, all the way from character themed boxes in their kawaii box, or they have specific themed box like Disney, Sanrio, Pokemon, Nintendo, which are pretty cool. And again, it's a small family business in Tokyo, Japan. So not only are you supporting a small family business, but you're also helping to support the Fantasy Forge and our studio grow. So aside from that, I can't think of anything else. Anything else? Anyone? Speak now. Hold your peace.
That sounds great to me. But thank you all so much for joining us today. It was a great time, fun session. I will see you all on Monday for some Final Fantasy 16, and everyone else will see you later. If not, we'll probably all see you within the month of June. But God bless you all. May Lamne guide you, and I will see you all soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.